It's the final game of the opening weekend of championships, and we've got a good one between Shiloh Christian and Greenwood. Hello, everyone. I'm RJ Hawk along with Wes Moore for this 6A state championship game. And, Wes, before we get to this game, we had a really good one earlier today between Lakeside and Robinson. You were on the call for that game, and a lot of fun in that one.
Yeah, the 5A finals. These two teams familiar with each other, just like Shiloh Christian and Greenwood. Fourth time in 2 years they played. Akeem Frampton put on a show. The Texas A&M commit, 7 catches, 160-something yards, 3 touchdowns. And Robinson, a perfect season. You see Coach Updegrove get doused. It's his first year at Robinson. No losses. I don't know where he goes from here. But it was an awesome game for Joe T, number 1, and they live up all during the playoffs to that number 1 ranking.
Well, now let's go back to this game, the 6A championship game. It's a rematch from last year, and these two teams actually have already met once this year back in September. And here are the highlights from last year's game. Kane Archer was on fire in this matchup, won the game 61-35. But I would imagine, being that they've already seen each other once this year, there's going to be a little bit of revenge for Shiloh Christian in this one.
Yeah, a lot closer earlier this season. They met in September, on September 26th. 35-24, Greenwood won that game by 11. I will say those teams looked a little different because of injuries, because of illness. Now both teams feel like they are 100%, or at least as close to 100% you can be at this point in the season, and they're looking forward to the rematch.
And I know a lot of people around the state, especially this past week, because of early signing periods. The name Kane Archer got thrown around a lot in the state, wondering where he was going to go. He actually signed with the University of Utah. But if you were wondering, if you've never seen what Kane Archer has been able to do as a high school quarterback, tonight's your opportunity to do that.
Dual threat quarterback. He'll run it and may get 100 yards rushing, and he may throw for 200, 300 yards. He can do it all. It really evolves. This offense revolves around Kane Archer.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of action for you here at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas. Coming up next, it's the 6A state championship between Shiloh Christian and Greenwood as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports. Better connected together. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at UAMShealth.com. Winrock Automotive supports Arkansas athletes as a sponsor of the Arkansas PBS Sports broadcast of the high school state championship games, with 7 dealerships across the state serving Little Rock, Conway, and Jonesboro. Winrock Automotive is community-focused and provides vehicle sales and service across Arkansas. We're honored to be a part of these unforgettable moments celebrating Arkansas student-athletes. Winrock Automotive, connecting communities through service and support.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC, more at my100bank.com.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansas families and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Everyone's so happy you're home, darling.
Come inside.
It's just so exciting.
It's a real treat.
What an amazing family.
Let's get this show on the road!
That sounds like a party.
Marvelous.
Will I get presents?
Oh, I love this.
Back here at War Memorial Stadium, we're getting you set for today's 6A state championship game between the Shiloh Christian Saints and the Greenwood Bulldogs. Shiloh comes in 10-2 on the season. Greenwood is a perfect 12-0 as we enter this state championship game. Well, Wes, let's go ahead and see how the road for both these two teams came about. We'll first start with Shiloh Christian, and it started in the first week with a bye, and then they moved on to play El Dorado in what was a great game. They won that game 24-21, played Sylvan Hills, a very good Sylvan Hills team, won that game, and now they're here at the state championship. And really, their quarterback is a do-it-all quarterback in Cole Creighton.
Yeah, look at the numbers for Cole Creighton, 3,728 yards passing. He has a chance to go over the 4,000-yard mark tonight. 41 touchdowns and just 7 interceptions. He's finally healthy this year, and he's been able to play the entire year. And Cole Creighton has really come into his own to lead these Saints to the state championship game.
Tough kid. He's broke his collarbone 3 times in his career and really getting it done. Hey, let's look at the keys to the game for the Shiloh Christian Saints. And for Shiloh, Wes, you got to contain Archer, really, and that's one of the big keys for them tonight.
It's anybody that plays Greenwood. You got to slow him down, try to make him make some mistakes, and then they can't make the mistakes. We just watched a game with Lakeside and Robinson, 9 total turnovers in that game. Shiloh's got to take care of the ball and limit penalties too. We saw that last night with Bryan, had a lot of penalties. Not many mistakes. You can't overcome all those mistakes against a team like Greenwood.
Now let's move over to the Greenwood Bulldogs. They come in 12-0 on the year. They also had that first round bye. They move on to the second round to play Jonesboro. Handled them pretty easily. Then they took on a good Benton team. That was a shootout most of that game, won 63-45 to get to the state finals. And much like the quarterback on the Shiloh side, it's all about Kane Archer on the Greenwood side.
Yeah, take a look at his numbers, 3,200 yards passing. He 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's also rushed for more than 1,000 yards, 1,151 to be exact, and scored 26 touchdowns. So he's responsible for 56 total touchdowns this season.
Keys to the game for the Greenwood Bulldogs to win another state championship.
You know, they're going to put up some points. There's no doubt about it. They do it every single game. This time, just keep doing it. Keep putting, every time you get it, go down, get some points. And then when they go up against Shiloh, they got some good weapons. And if they can slow down some of those weapons for Shiloh Christian, I'm talking about Slider, I'm talking about Kemp, and Mason, the running back, and Cole Creighton, slow those guys down. If they can get a couple of turnovers, that's good enough for their offense because their offense is going to put up some points.
Well, let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team. Alyssa Orange is down on the sidelines. A little chilly, but I don't think it's as bad as what it was last night, Alyssa.
It might be a little colder. I've got 2 jackets on, 2 layers of pants on, 3 socks on. So I think I'm good to go with this cold weather. Both of these teams really excited to play in this cold weather. They call it football weather for a reason. When I talked to head coach for Greenwood, Chris Young, this week, he said every week of the playoffs, you tell your team, we just want one more week together. But then this is different because this is the last week. They are ready to play together as a team and finish this undefeated season as a team. When I asked about preparing for Shiloh again, he says it's interesting because this is the 4th time we've played them in 2 years. They do some different things to disrupt you on offense, and we have to make sure that we are sticking to our keys and our fundamentals. On the Shiloh Christian side, talking to Tucker Barnard, I want to go back to a conversation I had with him in September, and I asked him, do you think this team is built for a state championship, knowing that means you're going to have to probably beat Greenwood? And he said, yes, I do believe we have that kind of talent on this roster, and we've been very intentional. We're a small roster. We have 15 seniors, but we've been doing a really good job on focusing on making sure that guys are really specifically focused on one side of the ball. I thought that was a really interesting point, guys. Not a lot of these players are going to be playing on both sides of the ball. They want guys who can play on offense and play on defense, and they think that will help them in depth if injuries pop up in this game.
Thank you, Alyssa. We'll check in with you throughout the ball game this evening. Real quick before we get started, by the way, Shiloh Christian, they won the toss. They elected to defer, so Greenwood will get the football to start the ball game. Our officials for today's game, Colby Berna, a name that most Razorback fans know. He's going to be our referee today. The umpire, Dallas McClellan. Linesman is going to be Jake Black. Line judge, Brian Bowerman. Field judge, Jason Boswell. And our side judge is Richard Smith. It's a 44-degree night so far here at the stadium. It's going to get down into the upper 30s as we go on throughout this contest. But no rain and just a slight wind as it moves to the north. So we're just about set and ready to go. Wes Moore, I'm RJ Hawk, Alyssa Orange down the sidelines. And we're looking forward to a great 6A state championship game between Shiloh Christian and Greenwood as the kickoff is underway. And it'll be taken at the 15-yard line up the right side. That time it's for Shiloh, it's Champ Davis who is able to get it all the way out to the 34-yard line, and that's where Greenwood's going to have it 1st and 10 to start the ball game.
Let's take a look at the Winrock offensive starting lineup for the Greenwood Bulldogs. Got Mario Dunbar back in the backfield. Hosley, Davis, Bland, Canada, wide receiver, your offensive lineman, Taylor, Kelly, Fujibayashi, Davis, and Cepeda.
You really got those names out. You've been practicing some of those names, haven't you? That was good. You just rolled off the tongue.
That's just what I do.
1st down and 10 with the ball at the 33 officially. They're going to swing it out right side and upended on that right side. They got in the hands of Canada, and Braxton Canada comes in this ball game with 47 receptions, 598 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Zach Rowe with the tackle. As short tackle goes, takes the legs out, limits it to a small gain.
It's a 5-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 5. Fakes the handoff, rolls right side, and it's just overthrown. Trying to hook up with Cody Bland that time to bring up a 3rd down and 5 now.
Just a little hard out of his hand. Maybe a little excited. I don't care how many state championship games you've played in. You still get excited. You still got some butterflies. The adrenaline is flowing, and that one was just a little high.
So it's 3rd down and 5. Kane Archer, the quarterback for Greenwood. Going to put his running back in motion. Now going to look to throw left side, and it's intercepted. No, they're going to say that it hit the turf. The line judge on the near side came in and said it bounced off the turf, but either way, it's 4th down and 5 now.
Salter's not complaining too much. And here's a good look at it. Oh, yeah, hit the turf. But got a 4th and 5. How about a stop? A 3 and out for Shiloh Christian. First drive of the game. Could not have started any better for the Saints.
So on to punt is going to be Braxton Canada. As he'll put a foot into it, it's a nice punt. It's going to sail over the return man's head, bounce at the 27-yard line, and it'll be down at around the 22, and that's where Shiloh Christian will have it 1st and 10 for their first possession of the ball game. A little surprising there that Greenwood didn't really move the football that well that time.
Well, errant pass on 2nd down, then just missed the guy on 3rd down. Here's your Winrock Automotive offensive starting lineup for Shiloh Christian. You got Cole Creighton, then Griffin Mason, the running back, Jake Bodenstein, a fullback, Slider, Beach are your 2 wide receivers. The offensive line, Mason Mounts, Madden Fields, Bowen Gillison, Aiden Hagan, Maddox Welburn, and Chandler Kipp, your other wide receiver.
2 receivers set to the near side. Cole Creighton, the quarterback. He'll put Griffin Mason out wide now, and he'll bring Krell up as the running back. Creighton going to keep it himself, works the left side, and he'll only get about a yard on the play to bring up 2nd down.
Jen Sayedith with the tackle, short tackle out there on the outside. You had Creighton trying to get to the sideline and turn it up, kept stringing it out, and Jen made the good tackle. 1-yard gain there on 1st down. We were thinking about offense, right? And so far we've run 4 plays and 6 total yards.
So it's a 1-yard gain, and Shiloh's going to have 5 wide in the set as they'll bring 3 to the bottom side of your screen. We'll look to pass, has a man out past the 30-yard line, very near the 1st down marker. I believe they're going to have it out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Cohen Beach with the catch. Came into the game with 29 catches, 536 yards. Nice throw from Creighton. Beach brings it in, moves the chains.
So now 3 wide are going to set up. Going to hand it off. This is to Krell. Krell's going to work out past the 40-yard line and get it to the 41. Nice run that time by Charlie Krell. 61 carries, 354 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And, you know, he really has worked into this offense in the latter half of the season and has turned out to be a pretty good back for him. Another handoff straight up the middle that time to Griffin Mason. Mason's going to fall forward enough for the 1st down as he'll take it out to the 43-yard line. That time on the tackle, it was Hackler.
That time they pulled Hagan, the left guard, over to the right side, but there wasn't anything there for Mason, so Mason basically where Hagan was and had a little hole there, so was able to make a little something out of nothing. Not exactly how it was drawn up, but not a bad run.
Ball at the 43-yard line. Cole Creighton gonna roll to the near side, throws on the run, has a man as he puts in the hands of Cohen Beach, and he'll go out of bounds at the 45-yard line as he takes it across the midfield stripe, and Thornsberry was there for the tackle to push him out of bounds.
Great throw from Creighton, rolling right, finds Beach again. Beach 2 catches, 2 first downs.
Back to that 5-wide set for Shiloh Christian. Creighton comes back inside, and it was nearly picked off, but then caught by Saint. They're going to lose yardage on the play. As coming up with the reception that time for Shiloh Christian was Griffin Mason.
And Sideth got his hands on it, knocked it up in the air. He had a chance to pick it off. Got very lucky there. That could have been a disaster. That could have been a pick 6 if he catches it.
It's a 1-yard loss for Shiloh Christian with the ball at the 46-yard line. Creighton has the ball deflected at the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down.
2 in a row. I think that was Drew Dickinson coming in. Got his hands up, knocked that down. Here's your Windrock Automotive defensive starting lineup. Cody Johnson, Charlie Hudnall, Brock Shepard, Gunnar Flannery, Bryler Hackler, Jen Sideth, who we've already called his name, Blaze McDaniel, Drew Dickinson, Lawyer Thornsberry, and then you had Shelton also. And who did I leave out? DJ Dobbins.
So it brings up a 3rd down and 11 with the ball at the 46-yard line. Single back in the backfield with the quarterback. Mason's in motion from left to right. They're going to set the screen left side in the hands of Krell. Krell's got running room out past the 30, inside the 20, down to the 10, gets pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line down to the 3.
Champ Davis pushed him out of bounds. Well, that's a touchdown. They set that screen up awesome. One kick out block there, get another block from a lineman. That was big number 65, Maddox Welburn. He's going to pin. You know, he's a smart dude. He's leading the way. Big play for the Saints. They're inside the 5.
1st and goal from the 3. They're going to hand it off to Griffin Mason. He'll go left side into the end zone for a touchdown.
Caught Greenwood still trying to make a substitution. One of their guys was still running in from the sideline, never even got in position. You see 98 coming in late. They run over that left side. There's 98 leaving the game. He's going to be worn out running in and out of from the sideline. The coaches are getting after him right now, telling him, you got to know when we call that package, you need to be in there on that goal line.
So the extra point by Aiden Eastwood is up and good, and with 8:41 to play here in the first quarter, Shiloh Christian strikes first. They lead the 6A state championship 7-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
As a matter of interest, the deceased was the owner of the amusement rides.
Fell, jumped, or pushed? Do you know what floor he fell from?
We found this beside the body.
Property of Miss Phryne Fisher.
At a celebration for Commissioner Selwyn, he's shot.
We need to give this case our best.
But the prime suspect seems to have no motive.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
My family has long been a supporter of Arkansas PBS. It has been part of my whole life experience. Arkansas PBS fills a space in Arkansas education, Arkansas culture, Arkansas news, and it does so with a neutral and empathetic voice, and it meets people wherever they are. It's vital.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Eliza, you are an excellent detective, and I need your help.
Go on.
Charlie's gonna help with the show. It'll be fun.
How am I meant to work under these conditions?
Jane Austen was my sister.
He was saddled with me forever.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Hey, if you love watching Arkansas High School Football Championship or basketball or baseball or softball, support Arkansas PBS. Then help us keep this incredible coverage coming your way. Just scan that QR code. It's quick and easy. Get your phone, take a picture of it, or actually just scan it, and then it'll pop up the website. If not, you don't have time to do it, go to myarpbs.org/sports donate.
Back deep for Greenwood, you've got Canada and Champ Davis, and it's going to be taken by by Canada, and he'll get it almost to the 35-yard line. He'll be spotted down at the 34. That time it was Alexander for Shiloh to make the stop.
Here's your look at the Windrock Automotive defensive starting lineup for Shiloh Christian. You got Hernandez, Kimbrough, Francis on the defensive line. Your linebackers are Eldridge, Miller, Brewer. Defensive backs, Bernard, Miller, Salter, Nance, and Rowe.
So it's a 1st down and 10 with the ball at the 34-yard line. 2 wide to the near side. Going to fake the handoff. Kane Archer running with it, and he'll be upended after about a 3-yard pickup.
Zach Rowe again. That's twice he's gone low on the receiver or the quarterback, taking their legs out. Kane Archer with a great fake there. Look, a lot of people ran to the running back, and Kane kept it and fights forward for 3.
So Archer's going to put a man in motion, going with an option that play. Now cuts it back up inside. He'll pick up a couple more as he gets out to the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd down now for Greenwood.
Hernandez in on the tackle. Xander from that defensive line spot, nose guard. Big 90, 39 tackles this season, a couple of sacks. And sometimes when you get a quarterback off to a slow start, you let him start running the ball, kind of get into the game. That's what they've done these last 2 plays with Archer.
Greenwood came into the game with a 65% completion percentage on 3rd down. They didn't get it earlier. It's a 3rd down and 4 now here from the 40-yard line. Canada's in motion. Archer going to keep it, go straight ahead, gets it out past the 45, and picks up the 1st down.
Simple little power run over the left side. Follows Cody Taylor, Ethan Kelly, that left side of the offensive line, opens up the hole, hits that left side, picks up 6, moves the chains. You know, Archer and his completion percentage is usually off. Last year it was over 80%, you know, best in the nation. This year just in the 70s. He's 1 for 3 to start this game.
Archer so far this year, 3,189 yards. He's under pressure on the right side. Going to throw it downfield, almost intercepted, and it was into the hands of a Greenwood player. Did he catch it? Yes, he did.
It's Canada. What a catch. We'll have to keep an eye on this. They're going to hurry up, try to get to the line of scrimmage just in case. They're going to call a timeout. We're going to talk about it real quick, see if they need to measure it, but here's a look at it. Right down the sideline. Whoa, I think he did have his foot in. How about that throw?
Well, you know, that's back-to-back years Archer's made a play like that on the sidelines, because last year, if you remember, it was on the near side. He was falling out of bounds and was able to get a completion like that. But that was an incredible catch because it looked like it was almost intercepted by a Shiloh Christian player. And for them to make that completion was pretty impressive. Now the officials are going to talk about it after the timeout.
Show them replay right. This is an awesome angle. 3, 13. Look at those feet. Those toes down. They keep them down. What a catch, though. That is just absolutely phenomenal. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if
camera work.
Yeah, that's great camera work. I just don't know if you were to review it, and the officials are going to go over and talk with the replay booth. I don't know if there's enough angles to determine if his foot was down when he caught the football. You know what I'm saying? To overturn this thing.
I thought the first angle was the best angle that we took a look at, that replay right. To see Canada just on his tiptoes stretching out.
Let's see if we can get the guys to show that replay once again. Then we'll go with the wide angle view of the replay. This one right here.
Wow.
You can see
ball's in his hand. Can't really see when he hits the ground if the ball moved, but I think his feet were in. That is fantastic. A great catch.
And what you're looking at on the screen right now, that's exactly what the officials in the replay booth are looking at right now, just a few doors down from us. And they're going to take a long look at this one just because you just don't, and that might be better angle if you're looking at it from up above to try to determine. I just think it's going to be really hard to try to overturn this one just based on the angles that they've got.
I don't know if there's anything to overturn. I think they got it right, and he caught the ball.
Our referee today is Colby Berna.
Look at that.
Look
at that. I mean, he's got his legs split on his toes, ball in hand, foot still on the ground. I think that's – honestly, it's an amazing catch.
I'll be interested. Let's go down while we wait. Alyssa Orange is on the sidelines, and she had a story on Cole Creighton, and I don't know if she was anywhere near this catch to see if she had a sideline view.
I was right down the line straight at these hashes here in the end zone, and to see Kane Archer's body control to throw that ball straight down the sideline the way that he did to Canada, it was impressive from where I was standing, and I think you guys are right. I had the backside view, and I think Canada's feet were down.
Here's the call. So the call goes in favor of Greenwood as they set it on the field. And so Greenwood's going to have a first down and 10.
Man. Put that in the highlight reel, folks.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, Canada.
I mean,
that's remember that one forever.
I think that's a better play on Canada than it was on Kane Archer.
No. Heck of a catch.
Here's a handoff that goes straight ahead, and that is Davis. And Davis gets it back to the line of scrimmage to bring up second down and 10.
I think Hernandez was there anchoring the line. He is a load at that nose guard. Just gets right over the center in between the guard. Just anchors the defense.
Too wide to the near side as Archer surveys the defense. Now he'll put Champ Davis in motion to the bottom side of your screen. Archer looks to throw, goes across the middle to Bland, and Bland takes it down to the 32-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Great job by the Greenwood offensive line. See the pocket, the protection. Enables him to wait for Cooper Bland to come across the middle. Right on target.
That was Nance that came in to make the stop. All at the 32-yard line. It's first down and 10. Davis goes back in motion now. Archer across the middle. Finds Davis. Gets around one man for the end zone. He's going to dive. Did he get in? They're going to say no. He got out at the 1-yard line.
Picked up a late block from his wide receiver. I think that was Canada. Gets the block right here. That is Canada. Gets in the way enough. And you just barely, Silas Nance just barely is able to get a hand on that leg and trip him up.
First and goal. Archer's going to take it himself. Has three guys coming after him. They took it away. They took it away, and he takes it to the 11. We've got penalty flags down.
Zach Rowe comes away with it, but that Shiloh defense stiffens at the goal line. Archer was trying to bounce it outside, and they just came in, took that ball away. I think the penalty's going to be a face mask. Here's a good look at it. See who strips it out. Oh, it just gets popped out.
Right there on the recovery for Shiloh.
It's a double face mask.
It was Zach Rowe who was it just popped in his hands.
Rowe was giving him the little push on the helmet, and then the defender now comes in, grabs him by the face mask, and pulls him down. So Shiloh's going to get 15 yards added to that return.
So they're going to place the ball down at the 27-yard line.
I couldn't tell who got that hit on Archer to knock the ball loose. What a great play by that Shiloh defense.
So it's first down and 10 with the ball at the 27. Cole Creighton, the quarterback, has already led his team on a scoring drive with their first possession. Fake the handoff, now go big ball down the middle of the field. He's got a man down at the 30-yard line.
Chandler Kemp comes down with it. Kemp had 63 catches for 1,187 yards. And that's another big play from Chandler Kemp. He's going to play baseball at UCA, and he looked like a center fielder right there, just running right down the middle of the field, played the ball in the air, and came down with it.
Takes it into Greenwood territory. Here goes Cole Creighton. Creighton left side, and he'll swing out of bounds after being taken out at around the 20-yard line.
You know, Creighton only ran for 223 yards this season. But you get in a game like this, and I think part of that's by design. You want to keep him healthy throughout, the season, the playoff run. Now you just unleash him. Let him go play ball.
Going to hand it off this time to Krell. Krell's going to go left side, takes it past the 20. They'll get a couple yards on the play to bring up second down.
The sophomore's been getting more and more carries throughout the season. Eldridge plays a lot of defense for him. Max Eldridge, a linebacker. He gets some carries, but they like to – remember what Alyssa was talking about. They don't want guys going both ways, so they try to save Eldridge just for defense, and that's open to the door for Krell.
Here's Creighton as he'll – float it right side, has a man at the 10. That's Kemp. Kemp dives for the end zone. Did they say he went out of bounds? They're going to say touchdown. That is Chandler Kemp with his 18th touchdown of the season, and Shiloh Christian goes up 13-0.
Guys, check out this throw from Cole Creighton. Just rolling right, back foot, lofts it perfect, and dives in. No, I don't think he stepped out. I think they got that right. Ball hits the pylon, touchdown. Chandler Kemp drive right there. Big play, follows it up with another big play.
Aiden Eastwood on for the extra point for Shiloh Christian to take a 2-score lead.
Giving replay a second to look at it. Replay has just blown it dead.
So now they're going to go back and look at it just to, anytime it's a turnover or a scoring drive, the replay booth is going to look at it just to double check it. And so they're going to walk down all the way to the other end of the field and check with the replay booth to see what they were looking at. We'll take a look at it as well. This is what they're looking at. He was in bounds.
Yeah.
The fact he never went out of bounds and went for that pylon. And I think that the official that was right there at the goal line, he is there to look to make sure that he got in, and he was trying to refer back to the trail official just to make sure that, he never stepped out.
It's a good look. This is what our replay officials are looking at right now. Pretty easy call.
Call it a touchdown. So Shiloh Christian goes up 13-0 with 4:43 to play here in the first quarter.
Burnett's getting a workout tonight. Had to run 60 yards. Now going back 60 yards. That's the second review he's had. It's like he thought his running days were over.
So Aiden Eastwood on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 4:43 to play left here in the first quarter, Shiloh Christian leads at 14-0. Let's head back down to the sidelines. Alyssa Orange has a report on Cole Creighton.
Well, when you think about the success of Cole Creighton this season and this Shiloh offense, a lot of that just centers around the fact that he is healthy. He has not played a complete season until this season because of his health. He did not play in the state championship game a season ago because he hurt his collarbone in the game before against Benton. His freshman and sophomore seasons, he also had a collarbone and shoulder injury to his non-throwing arm that kept him out for a lot of the season. And so for him to be playing the way that he is playing, because he's healthy, 41 touchdowns on the season, guys, and he is feeling like the quarterback that he is meant to be right now.
You had to add a touchdown to that, Alyssa. He's up to 42 now, and that's impressive for everything that he's been through, like what Alyssa was talking about. All the injuries, you oftentimes see guys get gun-shy when they're taking on a hit, not Cole Creighton. As here's the return as they'll take it out to the 31-yard line. That was Brody Francis there on the tackle. And so Greenwood's going to have it at the 31-yard line, down 2 touchdowns with 4:38 to play left here in the first quarter.
You know, Greenwood's had a couple of games this year where they had to come from behind and they had a deficit in close games. It hasn't been all blowouts like sometimes you think about Greenwood. So this is something that they're not panicking. I'll guarantee you that.
Kane Archer has 3 receivers to the near side. He'll swing it out to his left. Puts in the hands of Bland. Bland makes a man miss. He's off to the races. Out past the 30. He's got one man to beat. He gets tripped up, dives for the end zone. Did he get in? They're going to say yes. That is Cody Bland. It took one play for him to get to the end zone, and they were able to do it.
69 yards from Bland, and it was a missed tackle. He got a chance to make the play right here at the beginning. One missed tackle, and he's off to the races. Does he have enough speed? Just barely enough, and the strength to survive the shoestring tackle attempt. Gets the ball across the goal line. How about that for back-to-back big plays?
Landon Franklin is the kicker for Greenwood. He'll put a foot into it, and it is up and good. And with 4:25 to play in the first quarter, it's now a one-score game. Shiloh Christian leads Greenwood 14-7. A lot of fireworks here in the first quarter, Wes.
I thought we'd see 100 total points in this game. I may have to move it up to 110 at this rate. I mean, it is our 14-7. We got 21 points in, about 7 minutes?
Yeah, it's...
And think about it, Greenwood almost had another touchdown. They were knocking on the doorsteps when Kane Archer fumbled.
So now Shiloh Christian will get the football back. They've been successful so far on both their drives that they've had. They've turned them into touchdowns. And they'll set up to receive as Franklin's going to tee it up from the 40-yard line. Back deep for Shiloh Christian, you've got Zane Slider as well as Cohen Beach. Ball's going to be kicked into the hands of Slider. He'll take it at the 10-yard line. Slider will be taken down at the 15. Coming up with a tackle that time, it was Drew Dickinson.
Huge tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, they had a seam. Had a chance to be a big, big return. They were trying to get return left, and they had it set up. There was a big hole for him to hit. If he doesn't make that play. Watch this. See that, all that green grass right there? If he gets past that, head to the sideline, that could have been a huge play. Great tackle.
So now Cole Creighton's going to come back out. As his team will line it up from the 15-yard line. Creighton going to look to throw again. Big ball right side, has a man. He caught it down at the 49-yard line. That time, Zane Slider came in to be able to make the catch.
Here we go. Buckle up. A lot of offense, a lot of big plays. That is the fourth big play in a row. You go back to Chandler Kemp, had the deep ball, then goes down the sideline and scores, and Greenwood strikes back.
Here's a running play. Griffin Mason takes it past the 45-yard line down to the 43. Here's a play. The long ball once again to Slider, and he was able to haul it in with tight coverage.
I wish he had kept his feet. If he'd have kept running through that, who knows? Maybe he breaks a tackle and just keeps going. But what about that pass from Cole Creighton? He is on his game.
2nd down and 2 from the 43-yard line. Creighton going to look to go deep again. Goes right side and overthrows his intended target, Charlie Krell. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Boy, Creighton is not scared to air it out tonight, is he?
No, they think they have found a weakness, and they're going to attack Greenwood deep. You know, Krell just kind of slowed up a little bit on that. There was some contact between him and the defensive back, and if he doesn't get tied up, that throw would have been a lot closer.
So 3rd down and 2. Going to hand it to Griffin Mason. Straight ahead, gets the 1st down, passes the 40-yard line, taken down at the 38. That was Sideth that came in to make the stop, and it'll bring up 1st down and 10.
Following Madden Fields. I'll tell you what, right now Tucker Bernard's got his team playing really well right now. The Shiloh Christian head coach is calling up some good stuff.
So it's 1st down and 10. Man in motion from left to right's Kemp. And that time Creighton was going to take it himself. Just got upended back at the 40-yard line by Sideth.
Yeah, a little quarterback draw right there, and Jen read it, and Sideth quickly filled the hole and made the tackle.
So it's a loss of 2 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 12.
Maybe the first negative play for Shiloh Christian.
2:43 and counting left here in the first quarter. As Cole Creighton going to look to throw again. Has a man. That time hooking up with Beach and crosses the 30-yard line, takes it down to the 28, and that's very near a first down.
I tell you what, Cole ripped that one. He took his drop, stepped into it, put it on a rope, right on the money to Beach.
It is enough for a first down, so they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 28.
I thought Beach landed on the defender, but actually got to about the 27.
Here is Mason Griffin as he'll take it ahead. Nice hard run to pick up 5 yards on the play.
Attacking the middle of the Greenwood defense.
Tell you what Tucker Barnard's been able to do since he's become the Shiloh Christian head coach. In 3 seasons, he's got a record of 30-9.
Consistent.
Second down and 5 from the 23-yard line. Back to Mason Griffin. He takes it up the left side.
Pull Fields again over on that right side from his right guard spot, leading the way. Pulls over to the left side and just follow your big blocker. And they're getting some chunk plays in the running game. They're picking up in the passing game. They're just really clicking on all cylinders right now.
It was enough for a first down. Griffin Mason was able to pick that up. Now in is Charlie Krell at the running back spot. Gonna hand it to Krell. He'll come back right side. Has a running lane out past the 15, past the 10, slung down at the 5-yard line. They're officially gonna mark him down at the 4.
Yeah, the sophomore. He found some room to run outside, had enough speed to get outside, and takes it all the way inside the 5 to the 4. And they're going to substitute, bring in some bigger guys for Greenwood, the goal line package.
Down to a minute to play here in the first quarter. As Shiloh Christian's knocking on the door with a 1st and goal. Gonna hand it off. This time up the middle to Griffin Mason. Mason straight ahead for the touchdown.
Did it again. They're just pulling the guard. Some guys on the right side running over the left side, getting a push from Welburn and Hagan on that left side, coming in with some beef. And look at him just paving the way. He picked up a couple yards before the first contact, and then Mason was just strong enough to power his way over the goal line.
Aiden Eastwood on to kick the extra point for Shiloh Christian. And the kick is good with 47 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Shiloh Christian leads at 21-7 over Greenwood. And if you're the Greenwood defense right now, this was a defense coming in that was giving up 19 points a game. And they've already given up 21 in this one.
He hit the hole so hard, he hit his own offensive lineman and knocked him into the end zone. You don't think he wanted that touchdown? That was some power right there. Broke a tackle from the thighs, busted through that, hit his offensive lineman, knocked him into the end zone, and lunged in behind him.
Eastwood going to kick this off, and it'll go near the sideline, go out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty, and Greenwood's going to get pretty decent field position to start this drive.
Well, Greenwood responded quickly after the last Shiloh touchdown. Oh, they're going to make them re-kick it. They've got some faith in their return game.
So they're going to back them up and make them re-kick. Here's the kickoff. It'll be a short kick. It'll be taken at the 28-yard line. This time for Greenwood, bringing it up. Looks like there's going to be a penalty flag on that far side for a face mask, as we're going to be down at the 31-yard line. Yeah, he ripped his head around when he grabbed the shoulder that time.
Brody Francis. Was that shoulder or face mask? Yeah, it looks like it's the shoulder. Here's a good look at the replay. Watch one right there. That's not the face mask. That was, well, he had him inside. That could have been a horse collar because he was inside the shoulder pads.
So Greenwood's going to have the football from the 31-yard line after the waved off penalty flag. It'll bring up a 1st down and 10. Kane Archer looking to throw. Comes back right side, has his man. That's Canada, and he'll go out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's enough for a 1st down. Colton Miller there to knock him out of bounds.
Remember the slow start I was telling you about? Kane Archer won for his first 3. Well, he hadn't thrown another incomplete pass. He's 6 for 8, so he's completed his last 5.
It's 1st down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. In motion goes Champ Davis. And now we've got whistles and a timeout charged to Greenwood with 34 seconds to play here in the first quarter. And Shiloh Christian leading 21-7. Let's head down the sidelines and check in with Alyssa Orange.
Well, we talked about Cole Creighton for Shiloh Christian, but we all know that this Greenwood offense runs through Kane Archer, and it has really since he was a freshman. He was just named the Gatorade Player of the Year for Arkansas, back-to-back. That was named yesterday. He also was the first player in Arkansas history to surpass 10,000 passing yards and 2,500 rushing yards in his career. He's got 26 passing touchdowns, 30 rushing touchdowns on the season. But another thing that Kane has become this senior year is a coach on the field. He has helped coach this offense and a lot of young players. Greenwood usually plays juniors and seniors. They've had some injuries. They've got some sophomores on the field, and Kane has been able to help develop them over this season.
Thank you, Alyssa. And you know, when you're thinking about somebody 10,000 yards, 2,500 rushing yards, Wes, I mean, you think about what Lane Hatcher did at Pulaski Academy with all the yards that he had, but he didn't exactly have the rushing yards that Kane's got. Here's Kane under pressure, gets out of one tackler, and he'll be taken down. Taken down back at the 43-yard line.
Right now that Shiloh defensive line's causing all kinds of problems. The first one to come in was Brody Francis. He wasn't able to bring Kane Archer down, but it didn't matter because Xander Hernandez was right there. He gets his 3rd sack, 3.5 sacks now on the season for Xander.
2nd down and 12 with the ball at the 43, down to 5 seconds left here in the quarter. And I don't believe they're going to get it off. That's going to do it for the first quarter of play. So we've ended one in a wild first quarter. The Shiloh Christian Saints, they lead at 21-7 over the defending champs. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
The saddle is the symbol of the whole myth of the cowboy. The work of our hands is informing the work of our mind.
From the English National Ballet, treat yourself to the music and the magic of Nutcracker on Great Performances.
This stirring program celebrates the birth of the Savior of the world with music from the Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Where better to have a family Christmas than the Highlands of Scotland?
Mary!
Cheers. Christmas is my favourite time of year, and the real highlight is the food.
It's kind of like a food variety show. You want to be on it?
You are right now.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Here's a little question for you, a little trivia time. Who has been selected as a state championship game MVP 3 times in his career? It's only happened twice. Now, Kane could do it if he's the MVP today, but who's done it 3 times in their career?
Was it the kid at Harding Academy? Oh, well, we'll have to look at it.
No, that's your one guess. You missed it. Okay. You're out.
So Greenwood's got it 2nd down and 12 from the 43-yard line. Kane Archer going to look to throw, has a man right in the middle of the field. That time it's Champ Davis, and Davis will take it into Shiloh territory, just shy of the 35-yard line, down to the 36.
Champ is the leading receiver for Greenwood. Came into the game with 63 catches, almost 1,000, 824 yards. He's trying to get 1,000 tonight. Needs 176. Tell you what, he's off to a good start tonight. Champ Davis. Keep an eye on if he can get that 1,000 tonight.
1st down and 10 with the ball at the 36-yard line. Archer going to look to throw. Pump fakes. Now rolls to his left. Going to take off with it. Trying to outrun one defender. He's going to go out of bounds. He gets upended, and he'll get taken out the 31-yard line. He didn't like how he got taken out of bounds. Trying to get a flag. I don't think they're going to give it to him. And it's a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, he just was shaking his head there like unbelievable. What's going on here? But it looked like the contact happened inbounds, but then they're flying through the air out of bounds.
So it's 2nd down and 5 from the 31-yard line. Archer comes back left side, can't hook up with Champ Davis that time. And so it brings up a 3rd down.
Play before when he had to scramble, he was looking to go deep, but Shiloh Christian took it away. He just did not like what he saw down there, and I think he made the right choice by not throwing it and taking a chance down there. So he just tucked it and took off running.
So it's a 3rd down and 5 with the ball at the 31-yard line. Archer going to put his running back on the right side. Going to take it himself straight up the middle, has the 1st down, still going, and he'll be taken down just shy of the 20-yard line at the 22.
What a weapon. Looked like Shiloh was coming on a blitz on that left side, and Archer was like, it doesn't really matter. I'm doing a quarterback keeper right up the middle, makes one guy miss, picks up the 1st down, and just keeps fighting for extra yards.
Dunbar's the running back. They come back left side. Bland's got it. Touchdown. Cody Bland with the touchdown, his 8th of the season. And it's 21-13.
Guys, get ready. We're in for it tonight. It is going to be up and down, up and down. Who's going to be the first team to blink? Shiloh got Greenwood to blink once with the turnover in the red zone. But since then, each team has been perfect.
Landon Franklin is on to kick the extra point. The kick is up. And it is good, and with 11:10 remaining here in the 2nd quarter, Shiloh Christian, they lead at 21-14 here in the 6A state championship game.
Well, you think about it, Shiloh's 3 for 3. They've had the ball 3 times, 3 touchdowns. Greenwood's 2 for 4. Remember the first possession? Yeah. They got the first possession, 3 and out. And then later on, they get a possession, go down, fumble it. So they've had 4 possessions, 2 scores. We got some stats for you. We can update that. Cole Creighton off to a great start. He is 8 for 10, 171 yards, 1 touchdown. Kane Archer, 8 for 11, 183 yards and 2 touchdowns. Leading the way for Shiloh Christian running the ball is Mason Griffin. He's got 31 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kane Archer's leading for Greenwood with 13 yards. Receiving-wise, Shiloh Christian, Cohen Beach, 3 catches, 33 yards. Chandler Kemp has 2 catches for 62 yards, including that 43-yard touchdown. And then for Greenwood, Cooper Bland already 100 yards. 3 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Here's the kickoff, and it'll be returned from the 10-yard line. He'll be upended at the 14. That time it was Beach who was trying to bring it up. He got taken down at the 14 by Thornsberry. And
Slider's
so
hurt.
They're going to go from the 14-yard line.
Slider had to go down. He couldn't make it to the sideline.
Well, while they're looking at him, let's get an answer to that trivia question, Wes, that you had earlier in the ball game.
Yeah, who's been selected as a state championship game MVP 3 times in their career?
Well, my guess was clearly wrong, so.
Yeah, no doubt. Kyle Frazier, remember him from Shiloh Christian, 08, 09, and 10. And Jaquiz Dancy from Junction City in 12, 13, and 14.
Both great players. I called both their games, and they were outstanding.
Well, Kane, if Greenwood gets the victory tonight and keeps performing like he is, he may be a 3-time MVP winner also.
So it's a first down from the 14-yard line.
Slider's still down, being taken care of. He's on the about the 16-yard line. He got up, and I saw him. He was hopping off, and he was in some pain, and he didn't make it to the sideline and went down. And that could be, well, it is. That's huge for Shiloh because Slider is one of their top receivers. Came into the game as their leading receiver. Now, it hasn't been the case so far today, and maybe that's because Greenwood's been focusing in on him, and that's opened the door for Beach and Kemp Chandler. In fact, Slider, well, he's got that one catch for 33 yards. That was a big play. He's just having a hard time putting much weight on that foot.
Hopefully we'll get an update from Alyssa here in a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't keep him out the entire game, and we'll see if he can return to the ball game. So it's now a first down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Cole Creighton, the quarterback, puts Kemp in motion from left to right. They're going to hand it off this time. Got a running lane. That time it's Griffin Mason who's going to take it out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line at the 29.
That was blocked up perfect. Came over the left side, had a huge hole. Got a little help from his receiver.
Fresh set of downs from the 29. On the end around, they go with Kemp. Kemp's going to get it for about a 4-yard gain as Thornsberry came in to make the stop.
Had a lineman out there to block for him, but he couldn't find anybody to block, and he's looking around, and the defender came right around him and made the tackle. If he gets that block, that could have been another big play.
Second down and 6 as Creighton looking to throw as he rolls as a man as he gets knocked out of bounds just past the 40-yard line. That time it was Chandler Kemp who was able to make the catch, picks up the first down.
If you like offense, you're going to love this game. I'll tell you what, they're racking up the yards already.
Ball at the 40-yard line officially. Going to fake the handoff. Throws it right side. And he'll be able to bring it up out past the 45, just past the 45. That was Huckabee that was able to get it to the, I'm going to officially say at the 46-yard line.
You got to think Huckabee's in the game because Zane Slider, Huckabee came into the game with some action, some catches, but he's going to have a bigger role now.
Straight ahead they go as that is Griffin Mason who's going to take it about a yard shy of the first down. Bring up 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1. Handoff again. They've got the first down as they cross the 50 to the 49-yard line. That was Mason once again.
How strong of a runner is he?
He's a big guy, and I remember him here last year, and you can see that he's put some size on from a year ago.
That was him. I mean, he powered his way for that first down.
1st down and 10. Gonna go with the fake on the run. They throw it backwards, and that went nowhere as Chandler Kemp caught it. But now they're going to say incomplete pass that he dropped it.
Probably good for Shiloh because he was going to lose 4 yards on the play. There's a little RPO. Cole Creighton came out, had the option to run. Didn't like what he saw. Tossed it out wide. Nothing was there. I mean, Greenwood defended it excellently.
Blaze McDaniel there to knock him down, and so that brings up a 2nd down and 10. 9:28 to play here in the first half. Creighton all alone in the backfield. Going to look to throw. Comes back right side. Underthrows it, and it's incomplete as that time trying to connect with Cohen Beach. DJ Dobbins was on the coverage that time on the outside.
I'll tell you what, Dobbins did a great job of turning around and looking for the ball. It was underthrown, and I thought you're going to have the classic pass interference on an underthrown ball, but he turns around, finds the ball in the air. Dobbins plays it in the air, and it becomes a jump ball. Incomplete.
Shiloh Christian's not been stopped on a drive so far tonight. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. And now we've got whistles and a timeout charge to Greenwood. So with 9:21 left here in the quarter, 21-14 Shiloh. Let's head down to Alyssa Orange on the sideline. She's got an injury update for us.
Well, I was right there on the sideline when Zane Slider went to the ground after that punt return and started really agonizing over his left knee. They came over, brought him to the sideline, and put him on the medical tent. They were going to look around the knee, touching to see where he was in pain. Slight pain around the bottom of the knee. They got up. They were running back and forth here on the bench, and it said it was still bothering him. So they went over to number 48, Elijah Ahart, who is a sophomore running back, because they needed a brace for his knee. He took off his brace, gave it to Slider, and so now he's running back up and down the sidelines with that brace to see if it helps. If it does, we might see him back out here.
That is true teamwork right there. One kid takes his brace off to give it to another kid, and Alyssa, thanks so much for that, as we'll see if Slider can get back in the ball game.
Looks pretty good over there running.
Yeah?
I don't know if he can cut. That'll be the question.
I've had one of those braces, and it takes a minute to get used to if you're not used to running with it. 3rd down and 10 with the ball at the 49-yard line. Cole Creighton looking back to the sideline to get a new call. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Creighton looking to throw, comes back left side, has a man, that's Kemp. It's going to be short of the 1st down as he'll take it to the 41-yard line. On the tackle, it was Blaze McDaniel that time. Now you've got a 4th down and 2 from the 41-yard line.
Well, with all the offense and all the scoring, you got to go for it.
So Creighton gets it lined up with 2 receivers to the near side, puts a man in motion. As that was Beach who goes to the top side of your screen. Creighton calls for it. Rolls to his right, gonna look to throw, has a man at the 30, and that time hooked up with Cohen Beach for a 1st down.
Awesome route. Beach ran just a little simple comeback route, had a little cushion, stopped, turns around, catches the ball on one knee. That's great. I mean, he was wide open. Cole rolling to his right, puts the ball on the money, converts that big 4th down.
So it's 1st down and 10. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. They're going to hand it off to Krell. Krell tries to get the corner, gets pushed out of bounds as he crosses the 25-yard line and gets pushed out at the 24.
Hackler on it, on the tackle, was able to push him out.
It's a pickup of 6 yards that time. Krell's alone back in the backfield. Now Creighton going to run right behind him. He's going to get the 1st down as he dives past the 20 out to the 18-yard line. Now they're going to officially mark him at the 17.
Once again, Heckler on the tackle kind of tripped him up a little bit. Tried to stop, go back inside, use Heckler's momentum against him. And, you know, Creighton just getting to, we're seeing him a little bit more in the running game tonight.
1st down and 10. Gonna hand it off to Griffin Mason this time. Mason, tight walk in the sidelines, and he'll go out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Tell me, you had a Bodenstein and Mason Mounts, a little double team right there. You also see Madden Fields pulled over on the right side, did a great job of blocking, gets inside the 5-yard line. Mounts plays right tackle. He's also a pitcher.
Really?
Probably, yeah, he is. He's going to be playing baseball next year somewhere as a pitcher.
So we've got a timeout on the field, charged to Shiloh Christian with 7:56 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Oh, we've got an injury. Excuse me, I didn't see it on the far side for Greenwood. The injury comes to side death.
That's not good. Jim kind of walking off gingerly. He's already made several plays for this Greenwood defense.
So it's 1st down and goal from the 3-yard line.
Gotta wonder if it's Mason Griffin time. He's already got 2 touchdowns, short touchdown runs.
Mason's in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. Straight ahead. He's in for the touchdown. Griffin Mason with another touchdown for Shiloh Christian, and it gives them a 27-14 lead.
Great blocking, just right up the middle. Mason powerful. Didn't have to use the power that time. Had a hole, took advantage of it, slithers right in there, picks up his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Aiden Eastwood is on for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. And with 7:53 left here in the second quarter, Shiloh Christian, they lead at 28-14. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
We think they may be Benjamin Greenleaf, but I'm not sure of that. My mother-in-law was given to hyperbole.
I'm Dick Van Dyke. Remember.
There's no limit to his talent.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Look who's rocking around American Masters. Brenda Lee.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
This holiday season, you can give yourself a present while impacting the future. When you donate to Arkansas PBS, your gift serves all of Arkansas through media that educates, informs, entertains, and inspires. Make your tax-deductible gift before December 31st. It's a gift that will have an impact for generations to come. Visit myarpbs.org/donate. Thank you and happy holidays from Arkansas PBS.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
A race.
The loss is catastrophic for us.
To restore a medieval masterpiece.
Evolution left these birds flightless, but that doesn't mean they can't fly.
As you travel upriver, the modern world seems to fall away. It feels like a trip back in time.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Take a look at our Arkansas PBS student all-stars. Garrett Pilkington from Benton, the offensive lineman, has a 4.06 ERA GPA.
You ready for baseball season?
It looked like he's got a bat. Is that a bat on this?
It's a sledgehammer.
Oh, it's a sledgehammer. Okay. Yeah. That's a great GPA, not a great ERA. He's going to go to UALR, wants to become a pharmacist. So congratulations, Garrett Pilkington.
So Greenwood with the football. Returning, it's going to be Champ Davis as he'll work the left side. Gets around one defender, takes it past the 30, out past the 35, cuts it back up to the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down just shy of the 45. I mean, marked down at the 44.
It's a perfect example. Remember when Shiloh Christian kicked the ball out of bounds and Greenwood made them kick it again?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why. They know they got a good return game and a good returner.
28-14, Shiloh Christian leads Greenwood as Greenwood's going to send 3 receivers to the near side. Kane Archer is in at quarterback. Got Champ Davis to his left. The blitz came on. It was picked up. Now Kane Archer going to throw it out of bounds, almost intercepted. Coming up to knock that one down for Shiloh Christian. It was Colton Miller, the defensive back who was playing the sidelines. He had it in his hands and just fell to the ground.
How about the blitz? It just blew up the play. That was Max Eldridge coming in from his linebacker spot. That's what caused Kane Archer to run out of the pocket and blew up the play.
5 wide in the formation this time as it's 2nd down and 10. Archer going to throw across the middle of the field, finds Davis. Davis will stretch forward for the first down, but he'll be just about a yard shy as they cross over into Shiloh territory. That time on the tackle is Alex Salter.
It's funny, the official on the near side marked him and gave him that stretch for the first down at the 40 or the 46, but the side judge on the other side did not give it to him. Unbalanced line. See, they're heavy on the right. Move the tackle over on the other side.
So Archer on 3rd and 1 is under center. Now we've got a whistle and a timeout. And they're going to talk this one over for Greenwood. That's their last timeout. And so with 6:49 to play here in the first half, Shiloh leads at 28-14. Now, Wes, earlier this year, Alyssa Orange, I'm going to bring Alyssa on right now. Alyssa was covering a Greenwood game earlier this year. And watch this video right here. Our own Alyssa Orange, she just takes a massive hit on the sidelines, right? So she gets taken out. Brutal hit. She's got this bruise all up her leg. Well, Alyssa, was I just told in my ear that you got injured in this game as well?
So I was right behind the goalpost for that extra point for Shiloh, and it came right at me, and I had to put my hand on my microphone up to deflect it from hitting me in the face. So my pinky hurts a little bit, but I didn't break a nail, so we're okay. Again, I just bruise. I don't actually get hurt. I just bruise.
Occupational hazard right here.
There's no workman's comp in this profession.
Hey, by the way, I just want to let you know that Coach Young told me when I talked to him about 2 weeks ago that I got voted the toughest sideline reporter from their team because they've watched that video a handful of times.
Love it. I love it. Thank you, Alyssa. As Greenwood gets the first down, Kane Archer runs it straight ahead, so they'll have it 1st and 10.
Takes a licking, but keeps on ticking.
Just keeps on ticking, yeah. No, our producer in the ear says, hey, Alyssa just got hit with the ball behind the goalpost. So it's now 1st down and 10, 5 wide the formation, 6:30 and counting left here in the first half. Right now we've got whistles and a timeout charge to Shiloh Christian.
You don't get anything for them if you don't use them, so might as well burn them, right? Be on the same page here on 1st and 10. I like how Shiloh, you notice nobody on the defensive line is getting down in a stance.
Yeah.
They're all standing up and moving around different positions, and you never know who could be coming, who may not be coming, dropping in. They got a linebacker up there sometimes, and it can be tough on the offensive line trying to figure out who they need to block.
Well, and to that point, I was talking with some Greenwood folks earlier this week, and they said, Shiloh's defense is a lot different than a lot of teams you play because they have so much motion on defense. You don't have guys standing in one spot. They're all moving around, whether it's a defensive lineman or a defensive back. They're just moving around everywhere, so it's really hard to game plan for what they're going to do every single game.
We got that QR code up again. If you'd like to donate, scan it right now. You can always go to the website, myarpbs.org/sportsdonate.
So it's a 1st down and 10, 3 wide to the near side. Kane Archer is in the shotgun, and he'll put his back on the right side. That's Mario Dunbar in the game. Archer steps up in the pocket, going to run with it. Archer's going to go left side, gets past the 35, cuts it over the 30, still on his feet. Out past the 25, making men miss left and right, and steps out of bounds.
They never got him to the ground. Even when they ran him out of bounds, he never went down. We'll get to watch this again. We got an injured Saint on the field on the far sideline. Count the missed tackles here. Great job by the running back.
There's
First of all, picking
2,
up the blitz.
3,
another
4, 5, 6, 7.
Almost the entire team had a chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's. And down on the turf, can't quite see who that is.
4. I'm thinking it's 4. It could be Salter. It is number 4. There he is. Salter's getting up. Good. That's their starting cornerback. Came in the game with 72 tackles. One of their better tacklers. Had 4 interceptions, so they want to get Salter back out there.
So Greenwood's going to have the ball at the 17-yard line with a 1st down and 10.
Saw a little motion from Kane Archer, too, after that play.
In the backfield, he's going to have Champ Davis. Dunbar's going to line up off the wing to the left side. Now Archer going to run with it again. Bounces it outside, crosses the 10, and he'll be taken out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Picked up 9 Archer already now over 50 yards rushing. That 27-yard run was his biggest run of the game. He's also almost thrown for 200. 192 right now.
2nd down and 1 with the ball at the 8-yard line. Champ Davis back in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff. And there's Archer running it into the end zone for the touchdown for Greenwood.
Bulldogs answer. Shiloh scores, Greenwood scores. Shiloh scores, Greenwood scores.
27th touchdown of the season for Kane Archer on the ground. And so now Landon Franklin going to come on for the extra point. Kick is away, and it is good. And with 6:04 to play here in the second quarter, we've had 49 points scored here in the first half.
We've also had 565 yards of total offense between these two teams. We're on our way for a 1,000-yard game. 321 for Shiloh Christian, 252 from Greenwood. And really, they're 70-something yards behind because the first possession, Greenwood went 3 and out. They only picked up 5 yards on their first possession. So right now, it's kind of like arena football game. Shiloh's up 2-0. They've got 2 stops. They had the 3 and out, and then they also had the fumble from Kane Archer.
Kind of shaping up like the 8-man football game we had the other night. It was like 75-35 or something like that.
We were here a long time. It was almost 3.5 hours. Started at 7 and was over about 10:20, 10:25.
74-38, Cedar Ridge beat Woodlawn.
Most points ever scored in an 8-man championship. That's 74 points.
Yeah, here's the kickoff by Franklin as it will be taken at the 13-yard line. It will be taken right side and pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That time for Shiloh Christian.
So Salter's okay.
Salter, yeah.
He's back returning kicks, so I'm going to go ahead and make the statement that he's just fine.
He'll be fine. So it'll be 1st and 10. They're going to officially mark the ball at the 31-yard line.
Cole Creighton, 202 yards passing, by the way. He's already over the 200-yard mark, 13 of 16.
They'll line up with 4 receivers in the set. Krell will go to the wing. Now they're going to hand it off to Griffin Mason. Mason's got a running lane. Right side, he stepped out of bounds, though, at the 36-yard line.
Griffin Mason on his way to 100 yards. That'll put him at 75 yards, 74 yards for the night.
Brings up a 2nd down and 5. 5:51 remaining here in the first half. Gonna fake the handoff. Creighton gonna roll to his left. Now gonna run with it out past the 40, 45, and gonna step out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Picks up the first down as he goes out the 49-yard line.
Creighton a lot more active running the ball tonight. That's his 5th time to take off running with it. A couple have been on scrambles, but there have been a couple of designed runs for the quarterback.
Now here's a handoff, this time to Krell. Krell gonna work it back to the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down at the 42-yard line.
We had Jim back in there. That's good to see too. What a move right there. That's what made this run possible. He made a nice move, but Jen Sadaya makes the tackle, prevents him from getting all the way back to the sideline.
2nd down and 1. Krell gets the edge, going to go out of bounds. And now we've got a penalty flag on the sideline for a late hit out of bounds.
Is it bad that I was looking for Alyssa over there? I was making sure she didn't get hit again.
See if she got taken out again.
A costly penalty against Greenwood. That's going to move it on down
After the play,
a little closer.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the line.
Just a little aggressive. That was a good step or two out of bounds when he pushed him. A little extra push right there, unnecessary, and that's why they called it.
So that'll mark the ball at the 22-yard line. Bodenstein goes in motion from left to right. Now Beach comes back, or excuse me, that slider that comes across the formation. Here goes Griffin Mason. Mason into the end zone. But we've got a penalty flag down back at the 20-yard line. And it looks like there's a Shiloh player down at the 21-yard line.
It's a big call right here. The way Shiloh's reacting, they're all kind of huddling up. They think it's against them.
Still haven't got the call yet from the officials.
During the run, holding.
And here it comes.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down. We have an injury timeout.
You can see it right there on the right side. One of the wide receivers cracking back. He called him for the hold.
So that'll move the ball to the 30-yard line, but they're still tending to the Shiloh Christian player at the 21-yard line. And that player for Shiloh Christian, that's slider again.
This time not coming off the field as well as he did the first time.
Well, as Alyssa said a moment ago, he got the brace put on his knee, and you can tell he's still favoring that leg.
I did not see him go down. I didn't see what happened.
Well, it was on the
near side.
Yeah.
Everything was on the far side.
So it's a first down and 18 with the ball at the 30-yard line. 3 wide to the formation to the near side. Griffin Mason with the football straight ahead. And he'll take it down to the 22-yard line. 8-yard pickup that time, and Drew Dickinson was there to make the stop.
Gets the penalty yards back, and all of a sudden Shiloh's going to the running game. You've noticed this, and what it does too, it gives their defense a little bit of a break. It's going to take maybe later on another possession away from Greenwood.
Here's Griffin Mason, crosses the 20. He'll be taken down at the 18 now.
Pick up about 4. We'll need about 6. Might be 4 down territory here.
3 wide to the left side of the formation. Cole Creighton looking back to the sideline. Got plenty of time on the play clock as we're nearing the 4-minute mark in this one. Creighton gonna look to throw. Goes left side. Has a man in the end zone. Touchdown. That time was able to find Chandler Kemp for the touchdown.
Tell you what, Kemp adjusted to the ball in the air. Did an outstanding job. We talked about him going to play baseball at UCA and the way he can adjust to the ball in the air. That was fantastic.
Nathan Brown might want to look at him for a wide receiver for the Bears.
Just played that beautifully. I mean, it was a good throw where only he could catch it, but he had to adjust to the ball in the air, made the adjustment, goes up, high points it. I love that too.
So the extra point by Eastwood is up and good. And with 4:01 remaining here in the first half, Shiloh Christian extends their lead to 35-21.
5 for 5 for Shiloh Christian. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns.
Great job in the end zone that time. And so now Greenwood gonna set up to try to return this one. Still plenty of time here in the half. At the rate they're going, Wes, we could probably have a couple more scores before halftime. I mean, 35-21 here in the first half. And what's crazy about this is that, Shiloh came in only giving up 20 points a game. Greenwood, they gave up 19.5 points a game. Here's the kickoff. as it will come to the right side. And Champ Davis has got it, and he'll take it out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Greenwood will have it 1st and 10 with just under 4 minutes to play here in the first half.
Much better job that time from Shiloh Christian's coverage team. All right, here we go. Can Greenwood answer for the 3rd straight time?
1st down and 10 as they'll put 3 receivers to the near side. The running back is Dunbar. Archer looking to throw across the middle of the field. Has his man, but it was in and out of his hands. That was Champ Davis.
Tell you what, Davis had to deal with the linebacker getting his hands up right in front of him with the safety coming over the top ready to give him a good hit. That was Miller coming across just over the outstretched hands. Safety breathing down his neck.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Champ Davis will go in motion to the right side. Archer under pressure, spins out of trouble and goes to the left. Now going to just run with it, and he'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
To see how he pointed towards his receivers, told him to go block, go pick up somebody.
So he's still going to be 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Going to hand it off. Straight ahead. They're going to get the 1st down and much more. And that was Mario Dunbar that time as he'll take it out to the 48-yard line.
Dunbar kind of squirted through there. Looked like there wasn't much there. Found a little hole. Finally, Francis brings him down from behind.
1st down and 10. Champ Davis comes in motion. Now here's Archer rolling to his right side. Archer throws it back. It's intercepted. Intercepted at the 50-yard line. Here come the Shiloh Christian Saints. It's going to be a pick 6.
Miller does it. We just saw him coming over and making almost a big hit, breaking up a pass, and Miller there to pick it off. His 3rd interception of the year, and this one his biggest interception of the year. Colton Miller with the pick 6. Give Shiloh another touchdown and another stop. More importantly, their 3rd stop of the game. Just an ill-advised throw that time from Kane Archer. We've seen him do so many great things in his career. That was just a mistake. Tried to make something happen right there. Probably should have just eaten it and lived to play another down. Just forced it. You never want to throw it late back across the middle of the field. That's a perfect reason why. Let's take a look at the replay here. Just step out of bounds.
Well, he had 3 guys in blue jerseys, but the one in the middle of them was able to get the interception, and that was Miller. And
how about the return from Miller, too, though?
He turned on the Jets after he outran one man, and it's 42-21. It was a 52-yard pick 6.
And remember, Shiloh's going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. They got that stop that they needed, but not only did they get a stop, they get a score from their defense. Their defense has been big. I know they've given up 21 points in the 1st half, but now they've intercepted Kane Archer for a pick 6, and they caused that fumble on the goal line, taking away 7 points. I mean, they were right there on the doorsteps to score a touchdown.
They have absolutely shocked this Greenwood team here in the 1st half, as that is going to be Champ Davis with the football. He'll return it left side, gets past one man, out to the 50-yard line, into Shiloh Christian territory. He could go down to the 10, 5, touchdown.
Wow, what an answer right there.
Champ Davis took it the length of the field to get Greenwood a score with 3 minutes remaining left here in the 2nd quarter. Wes, I said we could get 2 more scores. We might be able to get 4 scores in the 3 minutes.
87 yards for the champ, Champ Davis. Man, what a explosive athlete right there. Got a little seam. You saw the speed, just outran everybody, got to the sideline. That's a heck of an answer.
Landon Franklin with the extra point. It's 42-28 with 3 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Look at the block. Big hole right there. Makes one man miss. Gets a great block. That was Cooper Bland. Nice block from Bland. Gets him. That springs him for the touchdown.
So it's 42-28 here in the second quarter. And now Shiloh Christian's going to get the football back.
If I'm Shiloh Christian, here's what I'm saying. We got 3 minutes. We're going to use all these 3 minutes as much as we can, go on a 3-minute drive. And the next time Greenwood has the ball, we plan to be up 56-28. We're going to score a touchdown here. We're going to go in the locker room. We're going to receive the second half kickoff. We're going to score again. And we're going to be up 4 scores.
Yeah. Well, and they ran the ball really well with Griffin Mason on that last drive.
They found a little something. That's what I expect them to do.
Here's the kick. It'll bounce at the 17-yard line, and it'll be taken by Shiloh Christian and brought up the right side.
Salter flying through the air.
We've got that penalty flag down at the 21-yard line.
Is that for trying to jump over a tackler? You know, in high school, you can't leap.
Hurdle, yeah. Here's the call.
During the return, personal foul, hurdling, return team, half the distance to the goal, first down Shiloh.
So it is hurdling the call, and so now that'll back up Shiloh Christian with 2:55 to play left here in the second quarter.
That's hard. You're just trying to be an athlete there. You know, you're just, and you see it in college, you see it in the NFL. I know it's illegal in high school, but it's difficult. I mean, when you're trying to make a play and they're coming in low at your legs, what do?
Go up.
It's human nature.
Yeah. So the ball's at the 11-yard line. Griffin Mason going to take it straight ahead. Gets it out to the 16-yard line.
5 yards carry. They'll take that. Work that clock. You can be patient. And then once it gets down to about a minute, then you can go into your hurry-up offense.
Creighton takes it, gives it back to Mason. Straight ahead, right side. He's got a lane out to the 40, 45, 50 into Greenwood territory. And he's taken down at the 45-yard line. That time on the stop, it was Thornsberry who ran him down.
Mason already over 100 yards rushing. He picked up about 50 more there. Mason's down. Hopefully it's just a cramp or exhaustion. Let's see here. Walking off gingerly. They're patting him on the back. Here's a look at the run. Man, that's just another great hold. That offensive line for Shiloh Christian's doing a great job. Didn't really land awkwardly.
He was just trying to catch his breath.
You know, when you're running that fast for that long, could be a little hamstring tightening up on you a little bit.
So they're going to fake the handoff. Creighton's going to look to throw. As he'll get upended. That was Cohen Beach, who was taken down at the 46, that time by Champ Davis.
Davis doing a little bit of everything, isn't he?
Yeah. It'll be a 1-yard loss.
2 taken down, 2.
As we're under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Man, we've seen Davis catch balls. We've seen Davis return kicks. Now we're seeing Davis flying around making plays on defense.
Second down and 11. Griffin Mason still out of the ball game. That's Krellin at running back. Now Creighton looking to throw. Comes back right side, and it's incomplete.
Great job by DJ Dobbins. Dobbins finds the ball in the air, plays the ball, gets a hand up, able to knock it away.
He was trying to hook up with Cohen Beach that time. And so now you've got a third down and 11.
Dobbins is a tall corner, too. Got a little length, uses that size. Got his hands up. I was surprised there that they threw it. Back-to-back plays. I thought they'd keep running the ball a little bit. I mean, there's a minute 31 here left, and if you don't get the first down and decide to punt, Greenwood's got time. That's plenty of time to march down the field.
5 receivers in the set. It's 3rd down and 11. Cole Creighton going to keep it himself. Goes up the middle, and he's only able to get about 3 yards on the play to bring up 4th down.
Great play from Charlie Hudnall. Hudnall probably saved the 1st down. Had a blocker, had a hole, hit it up the middle. Greenwood doesn't have a timeout, so they can't call a timeout here. You're going to see Shiloh just stand around, use the last 25 seconds of the play clock. That'll get it down to around 40 seconds or so. Call a timeout, and then they can decide what they want to do. Smart thing with 40 seconds, go ahead and punt it. Try to pin Greenwood deep. Make them drive the length of the field with 40 seconds to go in the half. Play clock's now at 5, so it'll be about 43 seconds left.
By the way, Griffin Mason looking across the way is sitting on the training table. We'll get Alyssa to check in on him to see if he's okay. As Shiloh Christian takes a timeout, it's 42-28 with 43 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
Looks like they're massaging his hamstring over there. I think that's what happened. That thing tightened up on that sprint. I mean, he went 40, 50 yards. Let's see here. Griffin went 39 yards on that play. He's got 152 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns in the first half. That's a great game right there, right? No, he's not used to running that much in one half, so he is getting them some work done on that hamstring. I got to think here they're going to send. I know you want to be aggressive. You want to keep scoring points. It's the state championship game, right? You came here to win this thing, but I think the smart thing to do is to punt, try to pin them deep, make them drive the length of the field with no timeouts in 43 seconds. Yeah, there's the punt.
So on to punt for Shiloh Christian is
Cole Creighton.
Cole Creighton.
He is in punt formation. I saw him running a little deep, and I figured that's what was going on.
Shiloh Christian's going to have Champ Davis back deep, but he's going to stand at the 20. He's not really back deep. It's more shallow. And now here's a fake, and it's knocked down by Champ Davis. Greenwood kind of smelt that one coming, and Champ Davis put his heels on the 20-yard line just to prevent a fake, and sure enough, he was able to knock that one down.
He was playing deep safety, and pretty smart there just to knock it down. I don't know if I'm Champ Davis in the open field.
Yeah,
you catch that full head of steam. Now Shiloh had a bunch of guys over there. They should have made the tackle, but look, knock it down. You get the ball at the 42.
So it's a 1st down and 10 with the ball at the 42. As Kane Archer trying to get one more score before the half. Greenwood has no timeouts as Davis comes in motion. Archer under pressure, is going to step up now, run with it. There's a penalty flag down in the backfield. Archer's going to go down at the 43-yard line, but hold up everything. There's a penalty flag down back at the 33-yard line. Max Eldridge came in to make the stop for Shiloh Christian.
Well, it was a hold, and it was an obvious hold. And I was about to say, I can't believe they didn't call that hold, but they finally did. But you had just a bull rush from one of the defensive linemen. There's your call.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
And he was coming right after Kane Archer, and they just finally had to drag him to the ground. You see right there in the middle of your screen. I think was that Shepard or was that Johnson? I couldn't see the number, but a great bull rush.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Archer looking under pressure. He's going to go down back at the 22-yard line.
Little double team. That's the difference in the game right now. Shiloh's able to put some pressure, just rushing 3 or 4 and getting to Kane Archer. Last 10 seconds going off the clock. This could be the last play of the half. Shiloh backing way up to make sure no big play happens here.
Down to 1 second. They're not going to get it off. And that's going to do it for the first half, where the Shiloh Christian Saints, they go into the halftime locker room with a score of 42-28. Alyssa Orange is down on the field. She's trying to catch up with head coach Tucker Barnard down on the sidelines. As we'll try to get to her here in just a moment as she's walking up on coach right now. And while she's doing that, I want to remind you, coming up at half, we're headed to South Arkansas to a town in Warren to talk about all the great wide receivers down there, and we'll talk more about that here in just a moment. Let's go down to Alyssa on the sideline. Alyssa.
A phenomenal first half. Griffin Mason, how has he been able to set the tone for this offense?
Yeah, he's done a great job, man. Offensive line is doing now we just need to keep going, and just great discipline. The defense is balling out too, so really excited about that. We need to get a little better on special teams, but a lot of things going well right now. We just need to keep it up.
Was the plan to just be disruptive as possible to Kane Archer in the backfield?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talk about chaos and calamity and confusion, and that's what we're trying to create over there. And they've done a good job so far, but we got a long ways to go. It's a great football team. They're not going to check in.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.
How about the 3 C's right there?
Yeah.
Chaos, calamity, confusion.
I like it. Yeah, and that's exactly what they've done so far. Hey, want to remind you, coming up here at halftime, just talked about those wide receivers down at Warren, but we'll also salute the 2025 Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars, the best of the best on the field and in the classroom. And you want to stick around for one of the greatest pranks in state history, the legendary tale of the Village Academy Beavers. It's all coming up here at halftime, but we are at the half now. The Saints lead the Bulldogs by a score of 42-28. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports. Better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Hey everybody, David Basil here. It's halftime at War Memorial, and that means we are back here at Arkansas PBS Studios to share with you a little bit of what we've been working on. In a few minutes, Christina Munoz will introduce you to some All-Stars, both on the field and in the classroom. And we're going to introduce you to a high school football team that is literally beyond belief. But first, deep in the heart of South Arkansas, the town of Warren has been cultivating a culture of elite wide receivers. Here's their story.
Warren is a small town. It's known for its tomatoes and wide receivers.
Sawmill town, good salt-of-the-earth people.
Grew up with 4,000 people. I graduated with only 99. People love you there. The people love football there.
And when Friday night is packed, you're like, there's no way that many people's coming to a high school football game in this small community, and they do. They turn out.
You got a big community that's they on your side, and I just want to win. That's all I want to do, is win.
Warren had always been a football town, but Coach Emery has taken it to the next levels.
Started in 2000, so this makes my 26 years as a head football coach.
Bo coming in, taking the job over as a young coach, and just switching from a power out to more of a spread offense.
Shotgun with one back and then 4 receivers, and then translated into no backs, people running 5 wide, and nobody else was doing it. I mean, honestly, we were the only team in our conference doing it.
I don't think a lot of people really believed in it early, but as you see with the back-to-back state championships, the system started to work and kids started to get recruited.
It started with Brett Smith and Roshan Fellows and Terrence Hampton in 2001, and it kind of grew.
College coaches all over the country can tell you Warren, Arkansas is one of those places we're going to look at.
The thing that kind of prepares you coming from Warren is Bo teaches you football.
Our guys start in the 7th grade, and we learn how to catch a football, why to catch a football, where to catch a football, because a lot of little things go into running great routes and to getting open, not just being fast or athletic.
He taught me everything I know. He helped me become like a better player on the field, off the field, building my IQ.
Our kids play both sides of football. In the higher classifications, they only play on one side. When they get to college, if it don't work out, then they're pretty much in trouble. Whereas our guys, they played everywhere. Like, you look at Traylon Burks. He was our, 4th NFL pick since I've been here, which is crazy. But our first round draft choice, He played linebacker, he played safety, he punted, he returned punts, he returned kicks, he played quarterback, he played wideout. Antonio Jordan, same thing. Jarris Wright. You go back and you look at the list, Demontre McKnight, A.J. Avery, Ricardo Kemp, Chris Gregg, Greg Childs, Darvion Brown, and Jalen Marshall, who played at Arkansas State. So you're not getting a wide receiver. You're getting a football player.
Growing up, I seen a lot of guys like Antonio Jordan, Traylon Burks, just keep pushing themselves, and, it just makes me want to strive for more.
When Brett and Roshan, and they were at Tennessee, they would come back in the summer, work out with our guys. When you had Jarris and Greg and Chris, they would come back, work out with our guys.
I remind them that I sat in the same chairs in the same elementary schools that they did, the same junior highs, the same high school, the same locker rooms. Man, like I literally helped build those locker rooms. We had to sand the walls and stuff when we first got that indoors.
Knowing that you got those people that done came through here, knowing you coming through the same organization, feels good, feel like you on the right road.
It's tough to make it out of South Arkansas. I'm good at football. That's what I'm good at. That's what I know how to do. This is my ticket to get out of war. And that's one thing that I use. And it means more to us down there. It just means more.
Football has been the ticket to a much better life for a lot of kids in those football towns of rural Arkansas.
Warren is going to continue to produce great talent, and I truly believe that the sky's the limit for that football program down there.
Being a wide receiver coming out of Warren, it's a lot of hype about it, and I love just playing under the pressure.
They live for football. It's just part of the culture. It's who they are. It's what they do.
And we had a dessert auction now where people made desserts, and we raised over $12,000. And people were buying pecan pies for $500. And it wasn't because of the pecan pie, it was because they want to support the Warren Lumberjacks.
Man, every Friday, the town shuts down just to come watch, Lumberjack football.
Shoot, you would think this town is pretty big. Everybody comes out to show out support.
Part of the very culture, not just the sport, but part of the fabric that holds that whole town together.
Football puts Warren on the map, and to see all the fans, filling up the bleachers and standing around the fence and things like that, because we helped make football important to that town, it's kind of a feeling you really can't replace.
From tomato crops to first-round draft picks, Warren keeps proving that small towns can raise big dreams. Now let's kick it over to Christina for a look at the 2025 Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars. Christina?
Thanks, Baz. Every year we scour the state to find athletes who not only excel on the field, but more importantly in the classroom. Here is your 2025 Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars. We kick it off with the 8-man Arkansas PBS Student All-Star that is Cash Martin, a linebacker and running back for the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. Cash has a 4.0 GPA and plans to go to college and get an engineering degree. Next up in the 2A classification, we have Peyton Willoughby, a senior with the Indians of Mark Tree. Peyton has a 4.11 GPA and is planning on attending college for the Air Force ROTC. Moving on to the 3A classification, here is Micah Gamble with the Fordyce Redbugs. With a 3.7 GPA, Micah wants to play football at the collegiate level and major in criminal justice. Braden Simpson with the Southside Charter Southerners is our 4A Arkansas PBS Student All-Star. Braden has a 4.0 GPA and plans to attend Harding University to play football and major in civil engineering. The 5A classification is well represented by Wally Wolcott, the quarterback for the Lakeside Rams. Wally has a 3.5 GPA and wants to play football at the collegiate level and become a coach. The Benton Panthers' Garrett Pilkington is the Arkansas PBS Student All-Star from the 6A classification. Garrett has a 4.06 GPA and is planning on attending UALR and going to pharmacy school. And finally, our 7A Student All-Star is Trey Thompson, the quarterback for the Bentonville West Wolverines. Trey has a 4.0 GPA and wants to major in marketing in college. Congratulations to all and way to go. We may see some of these faces again in April here on Arkansas PBS for Quiz Bowl. Now, if you haven't seen Quiz Bowl, you'll want to make a note to watch this year. Some of the smartest high school students in the state meet up right here in this studio and square off, not only for bragging rights, but for some pretty big checks too. And it is all live right here on Arkansas PBS. Now let's throw it back to Baz for a look at a little bit of trickery in Arkansas football history. Baz?
Thanks, Christina. What do you get when you mix two merry jokesters and a fake football team? One of the greatest pranks in Arkansas history. Check out the story of the Village Academy Beavers.
The very first game was September 7th. Actually, that was the date that the article was published, so it would have been September 6th. We played Rayville, Louisiana, and Jess Norman gained 94 yards on 11 carries.
Jess Norman is one of the star athletes of all time here in Arkansas. He was an outstanding running back, quarterback, whatever, any position for the Village Academy Beavers back in the mid-'80s.
He was indescribable. His capabilities were limitless.
A lot of muscular definition, could jump, run.
He was fast, he was very intelligent.
I mean, he could outsmart the defense. Wherever Village Academy appeared, Jess Norman was going to be there.
Just so happened he didn't exist.
That's true, he did not exist. It was all made up. Bob Sybils was band director. I was the girls' basketball coach at Jessieville High School.
Gary and I called the scores in for Jessieville every Friday night.
And we were talking about the fact that when we would call in the scores, Arkansas Democrat and Gazette, at that time we're having a newspaper war.
They were trying to get every score in the state within an hour.
I mean, we'd call in a score and we'd say Jessieville, and they'd say, "Who are y'all, Jacksonville?" And we'd say, "No, we're Jessieville."
And you're the Eagles. No, we played the Eagles, we're the Lions. And Gary got so frustrated that they could not keep straight where we were, who we were. He said, "I don't even know if they know if our school exists or not."
And the conversation began that we could probably just call in a make-believe score because the people taking the scores really had no idea about some of the small schools in the state.
That hit a ding with me, and I said, well, let's test it out.
Bob Sybils made that first call. He went across the street from Jessieville School, went to First Baptist Church to the pastor's office to make the first hoax call here.
I got the Village Academy football scores, and the guy that I got knew a little enough to say, "Village has a football team?"
Wait a minute, he says, "I've never heard of y'all before." He says, "Is this your first year for football?" And Bob said, "Yes, this is." And he said,
"Who's your best player?" And I said, "Jess Norman." We thought of that.
Our principal at Jessieville High School, his name was Norman Jesperson.
It'll be a kind of a play on words on his name, but nobody will know who that is.
So we turned his name around and called it Jess Norman.
And he said, "What's your mascot?"
Well, we hadn't even talked about a mascot. So Bob quickly came up with beavers.
But he asked me so many questions that I knew it was going to be in there. The next morning, there it was.
And I don't know if we would have ever gotten going. I don't know if I would have ever made a call. But when he made the first call and it got started, hey, it was on. As we progressed with this and started calling in scores each week, I would make some calls, Bob would make some calls.
Had them play out-of-state schools. We were smart enough to realize we couldn't play other schools here in Arkansas. There'd be 2 scores in there.
We knew that we could not win every game, okay? We did not want to create too much attention to ourselves.
We weren't going to let Jess Norman run for 400 yards. Anything that would attract attention where they were going to say, "Wait a minute, that doesn't seem possible," and start looking. So those were just general guidelines on what we had to do to keep from being caught.
Coaches and band directors and friends around the state that couldn't wait to get a paper on Saturday morning to see how Village Academy did the night before.
Once they caught on, hey, this is real, we got a lot of people saying, "I just want to kick a field goal or an extra point."
We had a lot of fans that were getting into this. We had bumper stickers printed. One of the faculty members wrote a fight song. We had an alma mater. We were really getting into this big time. A lot of Village Academy fans. Village Academy Nation was big.
The elementary school principal was the only one at Jessieville that didn't think it was funny. And he said, "Y'all need to stop that. If something bad were to come of it, I can't stand up for you." And we said, "We totally understand that." And we kept doing it.
We thought, okay, we'll call it, get it in there one time, and, you know, that'll be it, and we'll laugh about it, and they'll figure it out. There's, you know, and they won't put it back in there. Well, they didn't ever figure it out. We kept doing it for 4 years.
And there's the article of when we were actually caught by a reporter named Robert Yates.
One of our administrators sent in a note to the Arkansas Gazette and said,
you have a group of people in the state calling in fictitious football scores. He misspelled fictitious, by the way. He said they call their school Village Academy. There's no such school by that name. So Robert Yates took that letter and started investigating. He eventually figured out, no, this is not real.
We had a great program for 4 years until we got shut down.
I said, you fill in the Village Academy coach said hi. He said, are you the one? I said, man, I've been wanting to try out for that team.
Once we got caught and we said, okay, we've been exposed, we'll have a celebration banquet at Rod's Pizza Cellar in Hot Springs.
And we had well over 100 people for us to tell the story of the Village Academy Beavers, talking about a make-believe football team that did not exist. Village Academy or Just Norman will appear, just pop up places you never expect, you know, just out of the wild blue.
I am amazed that it still pops up every once in a while. You know, this many years later, that was 1985 that we started it and quit in 88.
I think the fact that it went so long for 4 years had a lot to do. You know, if it was only a couple of times, nobody'd be saying anything about it.
So I think that's what keeps it going, is just how much fun it was back then and how many people enjoyed following it and being a part of it.
I don't know if it'll ever die. It'll go on forever.
From a joke to a statewide following, Jess Norman and the Village Academy Beavers continue to spring up across Arkansas, breathing new life into the prank more than 40 years later. Now, Christina, it's about that time.
Yes, it is. Let's get you back to War Memorial Stadium for the second half of the high school state football championship.
Right here on Arkansas PBS.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports. Better connected together. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Fly for the right wing, count it. There's a dunk inside as the icing on the cake for Ladarius. Here's a big play by Roberts. He'll go down the left side. One man to beat. He'll walk in the end zone for a touchdown. Right ahead. Here's a running lane at the 5. He'll walk in, touchdown. There we go, Johnny Diaz.
5A baseball championship. Hard hit once again down the left field line. Will double and score 4-0 Valleyfield. The wall. It's gone. 3-run homer.
You have to. This is the time to dig in and get the job done.
Kenzie Freeman with the big swing from the right side. She puts down another kill. All that hard work finally paid off. She tries to go cross court. Nobody home right in the middle.
Don't go anywhere because we've got a lot in store for you.
Here's the Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars Class of 2024.
The unified team is Special Olympic partners and peer partners. Friends, it's just incredible to watch how they have been impacted by this experience.
Hugo Bezdek's biggest contribution was the adoption of the Razorbacks and a whole sense of pride for this state and for this university.
What a game it was.
It's an exclamation point for an all-time Arkansas team.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
UANS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uanshealth.com. Winrock Automotive supports Arkansas athletes as a sponsor of the Arkansas PBS Sports broadcast of the high school state championship games, with 7 dealerships across the state serving Little Rock, Conway, and Jonesboro. Winrock Automotive is community-focused and provides vehicle sales and service across Arkansas. We're honored to be a part of these unforgettable moments celebrating Arkansas student athletes. Winrock Automotive, connecting communities through service and support.
Goodbye, touchdown.
Back here at War Memorial Stadium, we are at the half where Shiloh Christian leads at 42-28. Let's head down to the sideline. Alyssa Orange is with head coach Chris Young from Greenwood.
Coach Young, the message to your team in the locker room.
Yeah, we got to compete. We got to play hard. Defensively, our effort was terrible. It looked like guys didn't want to be out there. And then offensively, 2 huge turnovers in critical situations. But our effort's got to be better. You got to tip your hat. They're playing really well offensively right now and getting after us, running and throwing the ball. We got to be a lot better in the second half. We got to come out and fight.
What does this offense need to do to try to get some stability?
Yeah, if we don't turn the ball over, we score 42. It's a tie game, and make 2 big turnovers, one on the 1-yard line and one on first down when we're going in to score. So 2 14-point swings, but we hadn't slowed them down. It's got to start with that. We've got to get a stop defensively here right off the bat, and then we've got to take what they give us offensively, not getting too big of a panic, because we're going to have plenty of possessions left to come back, and we just got to start with a stop.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa. And that was head coach Chris Young for the Greenwood Bulldogs. And Wes, there was no shortage of points there in the first half. And let's look at this highlight package between the 2 quarterbacks, because both quarterbacks, outside those 2 couple turnovers, they've both been really, really good here in the first half. And, Cole Creighton and Kane Archer both playing outstanding. Here are the stats right here.
Yeah, let's take a look at Cole Creighton. 15 of 20 for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. How about no interceptions, no sacks? That's huge. No interceptions, because you go to the other side. Kane Archer's 9 of 15, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he has the interception. He also has the fumble, and he's been sacked twice. And I give that credit to that Shiloh defensive line. They've been doing a great job. Remember the 3 C's that Coach was talking about. And it was chaos. It was confusion. They really got after Kane Archer, and that was the difference. Those 2 turnovers, just like Coach Young said.
Well, let's take a quick look at the highlights from the first half in this.
Quick look?
Well, there's never a quick look when you've got 42-28 halftime. But this is a brief highlight package from the first half, and it all started right there as Griffin Mason was able to take it in the end zone. Kane Archer fumbled early in the ball game, gave all kinds of life to Shiloh Christian, and then look at the touch pass right there for the second score. And we saw 2 replay reviews there in the first half, and then Greenwood trying to get back in the ball game, and here's a touchdown by Cody Bland to get it going. But once again, it's been really a good game so far by Griffin Mason. He's run hard, over 150 yards rushing in the first half. There's another touchdown by Bland. Now here's Mason again for a touchdown. And it's almost like they're repeat highlights back and forth, but Kane Archer finally was able to get it into the end zone for Greenwood, and we've got a 42-28 lead. Now, here's a great touch pass or catch in the end zone, and it's 42-28. One highlight that wasn't on there, Wes?
The Colton Miller interception return for a touchdown, and the Champ Davis kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yes, both of those were great highlights there in the first half. As Shiloh Christian is going to get the ball here in the second half as the ball goes into the end zone. And we are underway for the third quarter. And as Coach Young said, Wes, Greenwood's got to get a stop, because Shiloh Christian, every drive, found a way to get in the end zone.
Yeah, it was. Well, the final drive, that was the. Yeah. Remember, they went for it on 4th down, tried the fake punt. That was the only time Greenwood got it stopped. Shiloh Christian got 3 stops. I'm not even paying attention to the scoreboard right now. It's 3-1. Shiloh Christian leads with 3 stops. Greenwood 1 stop.
3 receivers set to the near side for Shiloh Christian. Going to hand it off to Griffin Mason, and there's a stop in the backfield as Mason goes backwards, and he's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Coming in was Charlie Hudnall, who made the stop to bring up a second down for Shiloh Christian.
That's what Coach Young just said. Didn't look like he had anybody on defense that wanted to play, and right then Charlie blew that play up. Showed a little motion afterwards.
3 receivers set to the near side, 2 to the top side. As Creighton going to look to throw, comes back across the middle of the field, and they can't bring down the receiver, as coming up with the reception was Cohen Beach. And Beach is going to be able to pick up about 5 yards on the play to bring up 3rd down.
Got an injured player, looks like an offensive lineman down for Shiloh Christian, down around the 7-yard line. Breaks the tackle, but really couldn't ever get anything more. Shiloh defense, or the Greenwood defense, I'm sorry, was swarming.
So Shiloh are going to check on their offensive lineman back at the 7-yard line. But now you've got a 3rd down and 7, Wes, for Shiloh Christian. And this would be a big stop for Greenwood early in this second half.
That's exactly what they preached in the locker room. We're going to come out, we're going to get a stop, we're going to get the ball back, we're going to drive down the field, make it a 1-possession game. Offensive lineman is sitting up now. I'm going to try to get him to his feet. Looks like he's holding his arm. Walking off okay. I think that is that Madden Field 62. It's 52. Mason Mounts kind of holding his shoulder. That's not good, since he's a pitcher and will be pitching in college.
So it's a 3rd down and 7 with the ball at the 23-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 for a 1st down.
New right tackle in for Shiloh.
Creighton going to take the shotgun snap, going to roll under pressure. Throws off his back foot, goes out of bounds, and brings up a 4th down for Shiloh Christian.
Rolled him out left, but it was the pressure. The pressure got to him, forced him to throw it away. And it was just a completely different script for Shiloh Christian in the first half. A lot of time, Ben Creighton had time to throw the ball, but he was under pressure from Greenwood.
That was Shelton that time that was applying the pressure to Creighton. And so now he'll back up. He's also the punter for Shiloh Christian. Back deep, you've got Champ Davis. And here's the punt. It is not a good punt as it goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And so Greenwood's got a little bit of life here in the second half.
It's honestly a good punt, a really good punt. They don't want to kick it to Champ Davis. I mean, he's already returned a kickoff for a touchdown. You live with that. Now, I'm sure they told him kick it out of bounds. Yeah, would you like to kick it a little further? But hey, he didn't return it.
So Greenwood's got it in Shiloh territory at the 49-yard line. 3 receivers set to the top side, 2 to the near side. Kane Archer now brings Champ Davis in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Davis. Davis works right side, has a running lane. There's a penalty flag down back behind the line of scrimmage, and Davis will take it out to the 41-yard line.
I'm afraid this one's coming back. Xander Hernandez. I think he was held and pulled to the ground. And Greenwood's already backing up.
Holding. Offense. King of the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
So that'll put the ball at the Greenwood 41-yard line.
They got Cody Taylor that time, the big left tackle for Greenwood. Just put a clamp on Hernandez, and Hernandez was going to make the play, and he was held. They called it. It was a good call.
Champ Davis is in the backfield as the running back. Archer going to hand it to him. Davis cuts it back. Gets it out to the 50-yard line. Will get a nice run that time, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 now.
Got 9 of the yards back from the holding call. Champ Davis, they played a little stunt game, and he missed the tackle of Brody Francis. Francis had a chance.
Correction, it's a 2nd down and 11. Fake it to Davis as Archer takes it himself, crosses the 50, falls forward out to the 45. It's a way to keep your legs moving to get extra yardage. And now they've got a 3rd down.
Picked up 6, and that was a lot of it was on Kane Archer, because once again Brody Francis was there, but he kind of drugged Francis forward for 3 or 4 yards.
So it's a 3rd down and 6 with 5 wide in the formation. Archer will take the shotgun snap, swings it right side, has a man out to the 35. They pick up the first down out to the 35. That time Zach Rowe was there to make the stop. Cody Bland on the reception. So they've got a new set of downs. Now here's Archer with the football as he'll pick up 4 yards on the play on the QB keeper.
Archer had something to say for the sideline official. Wasn't sure. I'm not sure what he didn't like, but he's still talking to the white cap. Maybe a little extra hit coming in there at the end. Went down low.
So it's a 2nd down and 6. In motion is Bland. Gonna hand it off straight ahead to Davis. Makes a man miss, dives forward to the 25. That should be enough for a first down.
Get the running game going on this drive.
I tell you, Champ Davis is a fun player to watch, isn't he?
He's been running the ball, catching the ball, returning the ball, playing defense.
Bland comes in motion. Gonna hand it back to Davis. He'll go right side with it. Goes through a defender, and he'll be able to pick up 8 yards on that one.
Greenwood's a heavy passing team. They're giving Shiloh a little dose of their own medicine. Remember, Shiloh had a couple of drives where they were running the ball. Greenwood now doing that.
4 receivers in the formation, 3 to the bottom side. Archer going to keep it himself. Not going to have very far to go. May have picked up a yard, maybe 2. That'll bring up 3rd down. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 for Greenwood.
Saw the strength there of Kane. He was stopped right for no gain. He fought forward, picked up 2 tough yards.
Champ Davis in the backfield. 2 receivers to the bottom side of your screen. Archer going to keep it himself straight ahead. Has the first down as he gets it past the 15-yard line. Takes it down to the 13.
But they sold out on the run that time, Shiloh did. Greenwood had 2 receivers to the left, 1 defender on both of them.
Clock rolling at 7:30 and counting here in the 3rd. Back to Champ Davis they go. He swarmed under as he'll get a yard on the play. Leading the charge was Brody Francis.
Francis has been very active to start the second half. That's the 3rd time he's been in on a play.
It's a 1-yard pickup to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Champ got up a little slow. He got nicked up a little bit.
So you got a double wing off the left side. 2 formation. Davis in motion. They fake the snap to him. Now Archer going to run with it. He gets tripped up, throws it underhand out of bounds.
Xander Hernandez, the big man, trying to chase down Kane. You'll see him coming from behind and just gets a hand on the foot, trips him up enough. And Kane, instead of taking the sack, throws it out of bounds.
It's pretty good awareness to underhand that thing out of bounds so you don't take a sack. 3rd down and 9 now. 4 receivers in the formation. Dunbar is the running back.
Look at Xander. The nose guard is lining up about 5 yards off the ball, and he's taking a running start trying to time up the snap.
And now we've got whistles and a timeout charge to Greenwood with 6:42 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Hey, let's go down to Alyssa Orange on the sidelines as she's got an update.
There's a lot on the line in this rivalry as they get ready to end the 6A state championship game here. Both of these teams will not be in the 6A next season. For enrollment purposes, Greenwood's going down to the 5A, and because of competitive equity, Shiloh is going to 7A, so they will no longer be playing as conference rivals or, again, in a state championship game in the 6A. And so when I talked to Coach Chris Young earlier this week about what that meant, he said this one's just a little bit extra special because you want to be able to end this rivalry on top. Both of these teams trying to compete because this is the last time, and we don't know how long these two teams will meet on a football field.
Hopefully, they schedule a non-conference game against each other and keep this rivalry going. But it's kind of crazy. We're going to have a new 6A champion next year. There will not be a repeat in 6A, no matter who wins.
And no matter who wins. It's going to be weird seeing Shiloh at the highest classification.
It's going to be weird to see Greenwood at 5A.
Well, that as well, yeah. So it's 3rd down and 9. Archer going to run with it. Trying to find a running lane as he'll take it down at the 6-yard line. Able to pick up 6 yards on the play, but that's going to bring up 4th down.
It tells me they had already made up their mind. They had 2 downs to get the 1st down. They were going to go for it on 4th down.
They can still pick up the 1st down by getting to the 3. It's 4th down and 3. Champ Davis is in the backfield. Wing backs it off the right side. That's Dunbar. Davis is in motion. Now we've got whistles and a timeout charge to Greenwood.
Wow, they're going to have 1 timeout left. That could come back to haunt them late in this game if they need to try to stop Shiloh from running the clock.
You're right, but this is an extremely important time to score, though. For as much time as they've taken here in the 3rd quarter, you really gotta keep this drive alive and get in the end zone this drive.
How have we almost played 6 minutes and nobody scored?
I think we had 4 scores in the first half in 6 minutes.
Yeah, we had 42 points scored combined in the 2nd quarter. Only 28 points scored in the 1st quarter.
So it's 4. So Wes, I'm gonna let you put your coaching hat on for a minute. 4th down and 3. They've been predominantly run so far on this drive. You almost think they're going to try to put it in the hands of Champ Davis somehow.
You're going to take the ball out of Kane Archer's hand?
Well, they've zeroed in on Kane for most of this drive, and Champ Davis has had a really good time running the football. We'll see right here. Davis comes out of the backfield, and now we've got a timeout charged to Shiloh Christian.
Is there a minute left in the game? Have I lost some?
They're still 6.
No, that's how big this is.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. And to your point, if Greenwood doesn't score here and narrow it down, it won't matter if they have any timeouts left because it won't be close enough to catch up. So first things first, they got to make this a 1-possession game on 4th down here. And Shiloh burning a timeout. They want to make sure. They've now seen twice. You're lining up Champ Davis in the backfield, motioning him out once to the left, that time to the right. So you kind of got a feel for what they're trying to do. And what they're doing, they're motioning him out, taking a linebacker out with him. That's opening up the middle of the field a little bit more. Maybe another Kane Archer keeper right up the middle.
So it's 4th down and 3. The ball sits at the 6-yard line. They get to the 3, it's a 1st down. 2 receivers to the near side. Dunbar's the wingback off the left. Davis is in the backfield. Now he'll be motioned out to the right side. Kane Archer under pressure. Gonna roll to his right. Gonna throw to the end zone. It's in there for a touchdown. That time was able to hook up with Cody Bland for the touchdown.
I thought Kane was just going to keep it and get the 1st down and maybe the touchdown, but he had a good enough window to throw it in to Cooper, and Cooper Bland catches it, gets his feet in. They got that much needed score.
So Cooper Bland gets the 6-yard touchdown, and so now they're an extra point away from making it a 1-score game.
Maybe looking at it, they're holding things up. letting the replay guys see if he got his feet in. Yeah, it looks like he's got both feet in.
The officials are going to.
Is there something I'm not seeing? I'm looking at our replay up here. I know you guys at home haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking at our replay monitor, and I thought he had 2 feet in.
Well,
Make sure he had the ball in his hand. Here's a good look at it. Yeah, 2 feet in. Does the ball move? No.
I think they're looking at that just to make sure that knee didn't touch down as well when
But he's got 2 feet in.
I know, but I would imagine that's what they're looking at, is just to make sure that there wasn't a chance his knee touched. I think it's touchdown all day.
I'm not sure what we're looking at. 1, 2.
Yeah, that shin came down
But he's
in
got
bounds.
but he's got 2 feet in. And
Here's the call. So Landon Franklin is going to come on for the extra point. Franklin's kick is up, and it is good. And with 5:58 to play here in the third quarter,
they ran into the kicker.
We've got a penalty flag down.
They'll just add it on in the kickoff.
We'll get the call before we take a timeout.
Tell you what, they got a good rush. That's something to keep an eye on later in the game. See if they can't get one of these.
Our referee today is Colby Berna.
Colby's getting a lot of airtime tonight.
Yes, between the
Reviews.
replays and the penalties.
He just thought he was going to be out of the media spotlight.
Running into the kicker. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Retry.
They're going to go half the distance to the goal, and
They're going to go for 2.
Yeah.
They're going to go for 2 and try to get that extra point. That could be huge. Or if they don't get it, it could be huge.
It could be huge. Kane Archer's making his way back onto the playing surface.
Got to get 1.5 yards now.
Champ Davis is in the backfield. Archer's going to take it, jumps into the end zone. 2-point conversion's good. And with 5:58 to play here in the third quarter, Shiloh Christian leads it 42-36. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
The saddle is the symbol of the whole myth of the cowboy. The work of our hands is informing the work of our mind.
From the English National Ballet, treat yourself to the music and the magic of Nutcracker on Great Performances.
This stirring program celebrates the birth of the Savior of the world with music from the Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
See your state government in action. The Arkansas Citizens Access Network provides convenient, live streaming coverage of state board and commission meetings, as well as direct links to proceedings of the legislature and the Arkansas Supreme Court. Can't watch live? Archived events are available on demand on YouTube. Learn more at myarkansaspbs.org/arcan.
Experience the action all over again next week. Be sure to follow us on YouTube at myarpbs.org/football2025 to watch the games on demand.
So Shiloh Christian set to get the football.
No, back to that two-point conversion. That was a great push from the center and the guard. Fujibayashi was leading the way from his center spot. I think he was like 4 yards deep into the end zone, and Keen Archer just rode that momentum all the way in for the easy two-point conversion.
So Chandler Kemp going to get the football off the kickoff. He'll return it right side, go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where Shiloh Christian's going to get it 1st and 10 as they lead 42-36 here in the 6A state championship game.
All right, now Shiloh's got to get that offense clicking again. In the first half, it was bang, 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 bang. They scored, 5 straight possessions, got the pick 6. Then they weren't able to score at the end of the first half. Then they get the ball, weren't able to score here. So that's 2 straight possessions they haven't scored on offense.
That's Beach in motion from left to right. They're going to hand it straight ahead. And running with the football is Krell. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 27.
It's almost like these teams have kind of waved the white flag as far as just throwing it all over the field.
Yeah.
They're trying to slow or speed this game up a little bit, run that clock and run the ball.
Creighton rolling to his left. He's going to run with it this time. And he'll get knocked out of bounds just shy of the first down, knocked out of bounds at the 31. It was Hackler who came in to make the stop.
They're moving the chains, aren't they? No? They're trying to they got to reset the chains. They started moving them. I thought he got the first down, but he marked him just short. Where they start, on the 22?
Yeah.
Have to get on the chain gang. They got a little aggressive.
So they're a yard shy of the first down. Ball's at the 31-yard line. Max Eldridge is in there at the running back spot.
One of the first times we've seen that.
They're going to hand it to him. He'll work straight up the middle. Has a running lane, gets off of one defender, and he'll be taken down past the 40, out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we haven't seen Griffin Mason since his hamstring tightened up in the first half on that long run. So they went with Krell. They've been using Krell a lot. Now they're going to Eldridge. I know they don't like to use Eldridge because he plays linebacker too, and they try to keep him rested. But you get to this point, you're going to have to get him in the game.
Creighton looking to throw. Now he's going to roll. Works it back right side, and it's completed in Greenwood territory at the 48-yard line. That was Cohen Beach.
Man, that was another great throw from Cole Creighton. I mean, he's sprinting right, rolling hard to his right, finds Beach at the last minute, and delivers a strike.
So it's 1st down and 10. Gonna hand it off to Eldridge. Eldridge straight ahead. Boy, he runs hard. And he'll take it to the 41-yard line.
That was another great job blocking by the offensive line. Had one of them pulling in the hole. Bam, good kick out block. It was 68, 8, Hagan, good block.
Back to Eldridge, left side. He'll get the 1st down, and he'll be taken down at the 35.
Same type play, just ran it to the left side.
It has been a completely different second half for these offenses. It was a predominantly throw the football around in the first half, and now both teams are ground and pound so far.
I said they had over 500 yards. That's a lot of running up and down the field. I mean, it seriously wears them out.
Yeah.
I just can't keep that up.
Creighton gonna hand it off to Eldridge again. Eldridge gets away from one man and falls forward to the 31.
Greenwood fans were wanting a hold. It was a awkward block. I'll call it a block in the backfield. Eldridge made that guy miss, but keeps his legs moving forward. Picks up 4 on 1st down.
So it's 2nd down and 6 with the ball at the 31. Creighton looking to throw, goes left side, has a man. And that time, coming up with the reception, it was Chandler Kemp. He'll take it all the way down to the 8-yard line.
That puts Chandler Kemp over 100 yards receiving. He has 7 catches now.
Creighton gonna hand it off to Eldridge. Straight ahead, and he'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown.
You want to call him his nickname?
Yeah, I think that it was passed to us. I think I'll leave that for his parents. But Eldridge was able to walk in and extend the Shiloh lead.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not calling him that. I'll let his mama call.
I'm gonna call him
Mama can call him that.
That's what I'm gonna call him.
I'm gonna call him a touchdown scorer. He's a two-way stud.
As the extra point is up and good, and Shiloh Christian, they extend the lead to 49-36.
It's amazing what you can find on Facebook.
You know, we do all this show prep, and you could do a lot just going off of somebody's Facebook page.
You know, Mom and Eldridge can watch this later on YouTube on demand. They'll know what we're talking about. They'll get a kick out of it.
Here's the thing, Max Eldridge, 5 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown just here in the second half, averaging 7.2 yards per carry.
There's a reason why they want to keep him fresh, and most of the time they can do it, but they're kind of running out of backs. He leads the team in tackles on defense. He's got 6 tackles, 4 of them solo, and also has a quarterback hurry.
Here's a short kick, and it's going to be taken by Champ Davis. Davis at the 40, stays on his feet, out to the 45, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Just so dangerous. I mean, they've tried kicking it deep. He takes one back for a touchdown. This time a little pooch kick. He still catches it and takes it up to close to midfield.
3:31 to play here in the third. Greenwood's going to have it 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Davis will be in the backfield with Kane Archer. Archer in a reverse field. Stiff arms and gets it past the 50 and down at the 49.
Guess who made the tackle?
Eldridge.
Yep.
So that brings up a 2nd down and 5. 5 receivers in the formation. Archer comes back right side. It's intercepted. Coming up with the interception for Shiloh Christian, it was Zach Rowe.
Big time play. Once again, getting your head around, looking for the ball. Too many defensive backs never turn around and look for the ball. He turns his head, looks back, and oh my, right here to me, takes it away.
And for Kane Archer, that is now his 2nd interception of the ball game.
3rd turnover overall. That is for Zach Rowe. I think that's his 1st interception of the year. I did not write anything down for Zach Rowe for interceptions. I don't think he had one coming into this game. 58 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Give him an interception.
Great time to have an interception. So it's 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Creighton gonna hand it off. And working right side is Eldridge. Eldridge gets it past the 50, and he's taken down at the 48-yard line.
How tall is he? 5'4", 5'5"?
He's you know, Coach Eldridge up at Farmington, it's his son. Coach Eldridge is not very big. He's a tiny guy, but he's muscular, and his son takes after him. It's 1st down and 10. Wing backs it off the left side. Kroll's in at running back now. He'll run straight ahead, has a running lane, out to the 30, 25-20, down to the 10, still on his feet, walks in the end zone for the touchdown. Charlie Krell gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And Shiloh Christian's running away.
How about the running game from Shiloh Christian? Got back to the basics, just started pounding it with Krell, with Eldridge. Krell finishes it off. The last Greenwood defender came in, was just trying to knock the ball loose, trying to pop it out, maybe for a touchback. Couldn't get it, couldn't get the tackle. Krell gets in.
Eastwood's going to put up the extra point. It's good, and Shiloh Christian now leads it 56-36 with 2:25 to play here in the third quarter.
Pulling up some numbers for you. Charlie Krell, after that 48-yard carry, has 95 yards rushing. Shiloh Christian, 340 total yards rushing on the ground. They got 258 throwing it, so 598 total yards. Greenwood just at 325. So Shiloh Christian, their offense getting, and their defense, got to give their defense credit too, because they forced 3 turnovers now, one of them a pick 6. And you look at Greenwood, 36 points. Don't forget, special teams scored one of those touchdowns. So the Shiloh defense is getting it done too.
And we still have another quarter to play, by the way. But Chris Babb just showed me the stat book. Most points scored by a team is 73 in a state championship game. I'll give you the rest here in a minute. Here's the return for Greenwood, and bringing it up. It was Francis on the tackle. On the return for Greenwood that time, it was Canada, but
kicked it away. That's one way to prevent another big kickoff return from Champ Davis. Just kick it away from him.
So most points scored by a team in a state championship game is 73. That was in the Stuttgart-DeQueen game. Stuttgart scored 73 in 1949. Most points combined between two teams is 115. Here's Archer looking to throw. Archer trying to find somebody. There's a penalty flag down, and he'll be taken down back at around the 24-yard line.
I wonder if they declined this holding call. I mean, you can have 1st and 20 or 2nd and 15. Archer had a guy come open and was waving to him. I don't know if he just didn't see him.
Holding. Offense. 3-yard penalty from the previous stop. Replay second down.
So they are going to accept the penalty, and that will put the ball back at the 22-yard line.
I thought they might decline it and go 2nd and 15. They're going to go 1st and 20.
Kane Archer going to look to throw. Trying to bounce around, and he's taken down. Taken down by Corbin Miller, the linebacker.
Pressure's getting to Kane Archer. That time he quit looking down the field and started looking to run a little too early. I thought he had a guy coming across the middle that was open, but he's feeling the pressure, and why wouldn't you? I mean, Shiloh has been getting after him all night long, and once that happens a lot in a game, that quarterback's clock starts going off, and he's thinking, I got to get out of here.
2nd down and 20. Archer going to look to throw, sets up the screen, right side. They're going to try to get it out to the 25. It looks like they're going to be a yard short of the 25 to the 24.
Kimbrough makes the tackle that time.
It was Dunbar on the reception.
Trying to slow down that pass rush, throw a little screen play.
So entering tonight, 4 interceptions all season for Kane Archer. He's had 2 tonight. It's 3rd down and 13. Archer looking to throw. Under pressure, avoids with the sack, rolls out, gonna run with it. Comes back right side, out past the 30, stays on his feet, and then upended at the 33-yard line.
What a great tackle that time from Nance. If Nance doesn't make that tackle, he may pick up the 1st down the way he's scrambling and moving. They're going to go for it, by the way.
The sack. Watch this. Guy's on his back, and he's able to get out of it to try to get a positive play. It's 4th down and 4. They're going to go for it. 5 wide. Archer throws it left side. Has a man. That's Bland. And Bland is going to get it all the way out to the 48, and there's a penalty flag.
Hurdling. Same scenario. Defender came in low, and he just jumped over him. Nice hurdle, though, but can't do it in high school. And I'll tell you what, that was just an easy pitch and catch. Shiloh played real soft on the slot.
So is the penalty? So it's where the penalty flag is. They had the first down. It would be a 10-yard mark-off. Let's see.
Personal foul, hurdling, offense.
Yeah, replay fourth down because the play was still going on, obviously. He hurdles the guy before he's down. So that's still while the play's going on. Move it back 15 yards, fourth down, be fourth. And
I don't know why Chris Young is mad. He clearly hurdled the kid.
4th and 4. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll get this at the beginning of the next quarter.
So put your four fingers in the air. We take the 6A state championship to the fourth quarter where Shiloh Christian leads Greenwood 56-36. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
In the middle of the war, we had ourselves a merry Christmas.
Hear the untold stories of the last months of the war and find out how close we came to an even more catastrophic conclusion.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Tell me, have you ever truly been in love?
Once.
What happened?
You are an excellent detective.
The world has changed. We need to change with it. This is the place to meet the right people.
You must have hope and cannot live without hope.
Coming soon to Arkansas PBS.
Arkansas PBS is the home for high school sports. If you love seeing these high school sports championship games live and also on demand, please consider making a gift to Arkansas PBS today. Visit myarpbs.org/sports. Donate.
So it's 4th down and 4. Kane Archer going to take the snap, looks the throw. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Wow. Shiloh Christian gets the stop, and they're going to have great field position. It was Hernandez who got a hand on it.
You know, that time was one of the few times they put their hands down in the turf, not the dirt, and they were in a three-point stance. A lot of times they've been standing up, jumping around from side to side. That time they got down in a stance, and you're going to see the deflection. I don't know, it wasn't Hernandez. It was the defensive end on the left side, closest to the screen. He was pointing to his finger like, ring, give me a ring.
So Shiloh Christian's going to have it 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
This is huge. You go up 4 possessions.
Here's the handoff straight ahead, and that gets it out to the 30-yard line. That was Griffin Mason who checked back in the ball game.
Good to see him back in. I don't think we saw him in the third quarter, did we? One play?
Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, he wasn't there for one play, yeah.
That's good to get him back in here. And he should be rested. The other two backs have taken the load of the carries in the third quarter, and that's what you want to do here in the fourth quarter. You want to run that clock, run the ball as much as possible. Look at that. They're not even – they're just getting the play right now. There's 12 seconds on the play clock. They got to hurry. 8 seconds.
5. Creighton going to hand it off. Griffin Mason, there's a penalty flag down on the far side as he'll take it out to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, we got a shift. That's going to be a motion, come back, 5-yard penalty. And that's kind of getting into the play late right there is what happens.
Shift. Offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
So that'll put the ball at the 35-yard line. It's a 2nd down and 12 with the ball at the 35-yard line. Clock continuing to run down to 11 minutes. Creighton going to look to throw. Goes big ball, middle of the field, and it's incomplete. And here's the penalty flag.
Came in from the far side. That official had a good heads-on view. The other official was looking at the back of the two receivers. They're coming into the end zone to talk right now. They were trying to get it to Chandler Kemp again. Replay right's got a good look at it. Yeah, he got there too early.
The penalty is going to be called on Blaze McDaniel.
Take a look at this. Coming in just a little too soon. Ball's not there. He's hit. He's already hit. Then the ball. So good call.
So the ball's at the 20-yard line.
Milk the clock. Run it a couple times here.
Well, yeah, I mean, clock stops at 10:45. Griffin Mason is in the backfield. He's going to take it. Runs in the back with one of his own guys, stays on his feet. Gets past the 10, dives forward to the 9.
Hamstring looked okay right there. I mean, he ran, like you said, into the back of one of his offensive linemen, bounced off of him, popped it to the outside, picks up another first down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9.
He just needed an extended halftime. That's all it was.
Just needed a break, yeah.
After running for 148 yards in the first half.
And by the way, he's got 3 touchdowns already. 163 is the updated number. Get the ball to Krell a couple more times. He'll get over 100.
Gonna hand it back off to Griffin Mason. Straight ahead, dives forward, down to the 1.
I hope you're paying attention to that Shiloh Christian offensive line. I mean, they're paving the way. It was just take a look at this. Look at this hole. Following one of his blockers, got a good seal block right there. That's just outstanding blocking. We're letting it, just the clock running. 9.5 to go. Play clock's at 13 right now. No hurry.
So it's 1 yard to pay dirt. They're going to hand it back off. Gets around 2 guys, dives for the end zone, touchdown.
Griffin Mason, that may have been his best run of the night. Should have been tackled in the backfield. He breaks the tackle, bounces it to the outside, and fights his way in for the score. And he gingerly gets back to the sideline.
62-36.
That is his 4th touchdown rushing of the night.
Hayden Eastwood is on for the extra point. Eastwood's kick is up and it is good, and it's 63-36, 9:15 to play here in the 4th quarter. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansas families and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
What happened?
I'm investigating the murder of my friend.
I think I might be able to help. My name is Agatha Christie. I'm a writer.
This situation is getting out of control.
You should be more careful. I want you to help me solve a murder.
I'm a writer, not a detective.
It's a mystery, like one of your books.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
Four plays, 33 yards, 2 minutes, 42 seconds. That's what it took for Shiloh Christian to get it done there in the last scoring drive. With 9:15 remaining in this one, Shiloh Christian leads at 63-36, Wes.
63 points for Shiloh Christian is now tied for the 6th most points in a state championship game. They're tied with PA, who did it twice, Malvern in 2011, Little Rock Christian in 2019.
Cham Davis has got it for Greenwood. And he'll bring it out to the 33-yard line, and that's where Greenwood's going to start their drive here with 9:09 to play in the ball game.
It's got 99 combined points. The next score is going to put this game in the top 4 in state championship history as the most points combined in the championship game. Yeah, if Greenwood's got any shot, Kane Archer and this team's got to go down and score here. They got to start scoring quickly.
Archer sends Davis in motion, and he'll swing it out to him. Davis gets it out to the 35, and he'll be taken down to 36.
It's a good job that time by the Zach Rowe. We've already seen him make an interception. That time, a little cut block on Rowe knocked him to the ground. He got up quickly and was able to make the tackle.
2nd down and 7. All at the 36-yard line. Archer looking to throw, goes big ball left side, has his man.
Good catch.
It was on that far side, and it was Hosley who came up with the reception.
Yeah, a little Boston coverage. Hosley was running wide open all by himself.
Now here's a run by Raggio, and Raggio will take it out to the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 5. Back to Raggio they go. Straight ahead. Past the 30. Dives forward. Gets the 1st down. And takes it to the 27. On the tackle that time for Shiloh, it was Nance. First down and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Kane Archer's going to take it himself. Out past the 20. Stays on his feet. Cuts it back up, makes one man miss, goes for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown.
Incredible effort. I mean, it's just great open field running. I mean, he reads his blocks so well, and he sets up his blocks. It's a great run. I love the competitiveness, no give up in Archer. As long as there's time still left on the clock, he's going to keep fighting. Uphill battle down 21 right now. You got to get a stop, get a turnover, maybe an onside kick.
5 plays, 67 yards in a minute 24.
Remember, Greenwood's only got 1 timeout left. Called 2 early in this half. So they're going to have to somehow get a stop. You know Shiloh's going to come at them running the ball, and they haven't been able to stop them running here in a while.
Landon Franklin is on for the extra point. And it's blocked. The extra point is blocked. And coming in for the block was Corbin Miller.
Corbin, their leading tackler this season, or one of their leading tacklers. Here's a look at that Archer run. Sets up the block, goes down the sideline. No, I'm cutting all the way back. Just powers his way in.
(63-42), 7:45 to play in this ball game. Shiloh Christian set to get the football back.
Now to 105 total points.
10 away from tying the record.
I bet we break it. I'm predicting we get 2 more touchdowns. 3 more? Okay. I think Shiloh gets a score, and I think Greenwood gets a score. They're setting up for the onside kick. They're going to go ahead. Yeah, I agree with it. And you're still down 21 points.
So here's the onside kick. Stays on the ground, never got the hop. And on the recovery, it was Sabatini.
It's good recovery. I mean, that was coming in hot. I mean, if it bounces off him, who knows who recovers it. That was good hands. Guess that's why you put him up there on the hands team, up there on the front line.
So Shiloh Christian will have it at the Greenwood 49-yard line. 7:45 to play, and
he just took a second off.
Oh,
yeah.
So 7:44.
That's when he just came across the clock. Should say 7:44.
Look at that. Griffin Mason has run for 172 yards. The entire Greenwood team has run for 169. Creighton going to give it back to Mason. Straight ahead, and he'll be slung down just past the 45-yard line at the 44.
And a chance for them to pile up some more rushing yards. They're already at 368 rushing yards on the night. Total yards for Shiloh Christian, 621.
You know, after the first quarter, if you were going to say who was your leading candidate for an MVP, you could put Cole Creighton in the conversation the way he was throwing the football around. But Griffin Mason has just run for days.
And 4 touchdowns.
Yes. Second down, Mason driving straight ahead is taken down at the 40-yard line. He's just hard to bring down.
Somehow got to get a stop. 3rd and 1. Good look at that Shiloh sideline. Taking their time once again. Using all the play clock. A couple more first downs, and it's going to be tough for any kind of comeback.
Here's the handoff as Mason's going to stretch it wide, and he'll get the first down depending on the spot. Yeah, they're going to mark him down at the 38-yard line, which will be enough for a first down.
That means more time gets to come off the clock for Shiloh Christian. Big play. Had everything inside. Greenwood was bottling everything up in the middle. And to give credit to Griffin Mason, he saw that and just bounced it outside, sprinted to the sideline, and got just enough yards for the first down.
Hey, let's check in with Alyssa Orange down on the sidelines.
Well, when I talked to head coach Tucker Barnard earlier in the season, he talked about how they're more process-oriented than they are result-oriented. And one of the favorite things they do is this thing he calls winning plays, where they go through the offense, defense, and special teams and show them, quote, winning plays. But that doesn't mean touchdowns or interceptions. They're plays that show effort. That they say that's why they win. If we can show a guy's effort, a unit's effort, you put those together, those are going to lead to victories. Guys, you talked about this offensive line. I think they might get some winning play effort shout-outs after this one.
You're absolutely right, Alyssa. That was another run by Griffin Mason as he takes it.
Eldridge came in, gave him a little break.
Yeah, Eldridge, excuse me, and takes it down to the 29.
Got an extra offensive lineman in there lining up as a tight end.
Eldridge gets the handoff again, goes right, takes it out past the 20, stays on his feet, and gets thrown down at the 15-yard line.
Got a flag down the far side, maybe motion. maybe coming back.
Illegal formation against the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. Just lined up wrong. That'll irritate that Shiloh Christian coaching staff. Instead of picking up the first down and having the ball, at the 15, and back them up 5 yards, and it's going to be second and long. Or second and about 7.
So second down, and it looks like 6 officially with the ball at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the right side. Eldridge is in at running back. They're going to hand it to him. We'll get a couple more on the play as he'll take it out to the 33.
I thought he was going to pop it to the outside again. Looked like he had some room out there, but cut it up. The clock's ticking. We're down under 4.5 minutes now. It's exactly what Shiloh wanted to do. Just, they don't care if they score, honestly. It doesn't matter. Just run the clock.
So 3rd down and 5.
Try to get them to jump, get a free first down.
Down to 6 seconds on the play clock as Creighton's going to look to throw. Comes inside with it, has a man at the 10. 5, touchdown. Once again, it's Chandler Kemp for the touchdown.
How about that call? Everybody's thinking run, run, run. Man to man, Kemp beats his man, then just runs away from the help. That'll do it. That's the nail in the coffin. Game, set, match. How about Shiloh Christian maybe putting up a 70 spot in the state championship game?
So it's 69-42. As the extra point is up and good, and it's now 70-42. By the way, apologies for those watching back at home that briefly cut out to the symphony orchestra that just got back, so got some text messages on that. We've got 4:01 left here in the 4th quarter, and Shiloh Christian, they lead it 70-42 over the defending champs. And right now we are second all-time in total points combined, yeah.
112.
And 115 is the record. And then for the most points scored by a team, they're in 3rd, that being Shiloh. 73 is the record. To get into 2nd place, you need 71.
Should have gone for 2.
Here's the kickoff. And that's going to be on the turf. And they're just going to go down with it as, didn't quite see it. Was it Davis?
Yep.
Yeah, Davis was able to fall on it. So with 3:58 to play left here in the ball game, Greenwood's going to have the football.
I think he got rolled up too. He's getting up limping. Could be the final drive for Kane Archer as a high school football player.
3 wide are going to come to the near side.
They're playing so deep. Safeties are deep. Defensive backs are deep.
Archer faked the handoff, got away from one man. Now he's scrambling, looking to throw it or maybe even running. He'll just go out of bounds just past the 35 at the 36-yard line.
Well, he couldn't throw it because he had about 3 offensive linemen about 10 yards down the field. So it would have been illegal men downfield. Almost looked like they thought it was going to be a running play, and maybe it was supposed to be a screen. It got blown up, but
he got 4 yards out of the play, so it's 2nd down and 6. Archer steps up in the pocket, gonna run with it again. Cuts it back past the 45 to the 46. It picks up a 1st down.
Stop the clock for a minute at 3:41.
Clock running at 3:35 and counting. Archer takes a snap. Going to throw it downfield. Has a man. It's caught down at the 35. And the reception is going to be by Canada. So it'll be a 1st and 10. Braxton, Canada with the reception. As they're going to send 2 receivers to the left side, that including Davis. Archer's going to get slung down in the backfield. Coming up for the sack, it was Corbin Miller.
How about Corbin Miller? That's his 5th sack of the season. Just beat the offensive lineman all over Kane Archer. Story of the game right there. They've been able to pressure Kane Archer.
It's a 6-yard loss to bring up 2nd down and 16. Archer looking to throw. He's going to spin to his left. Looking, throwing downfield. Has a man in the end zone. Touchdown.
Shiloh's claiming he was past the line of scrimmage. It's close.
The reception is going to be by Hosley. And so that's going to be a touchdown for Greenwood to take it to 70-48.
No flag. I mean, that's great presence by Kane Archer to know where the sticks were, make sure that he had a part of his body behind the stick.
We'll look at the replay here in a moment to see if our cameras caught it. So that would take us for the record now for the most combined points.
They're going to go for 2.
Archer going to roll to his right, throw to the end zone. 2-point conversion's good. As the time he was able to find Davis for the 2-point conversion.
Here's a look at the replay. Is any part of his body still in front of? I don't think so. Well, I couldn't tell where actually the line of scrimmage was. Because remember, he was sacked. It wasn't. You see the sticks where was 1st and 10, but then he got sacked. I'm not sure where the line of scrimmage. I'll look and see. Yep, 38. Yeah, he's fine. He's right there. Line of scrimmage was the 38.
So it's a 20-point game, 70-50 with 2:30 left here in the 4th quarter. Another onside kick coming for Greenwood. Here comes the onside kick, and they go back the opposite way. Ball's going to go 10 yards, and it's picked up by Shiloh Christian. And that time it was Francis who was able to pick it up. And now Shiloh's going to have it with 2:29 to play here in the ball game and leading 70-50.
Only 1 timeout, 1 first down, the game's over. Game's over, but you can hear the Shiloh fans singing goodbye right now. They're getting the Gatorade ready. Very impressed with Shiloh Christian. 70 points. Defense giving up 50, defense did their job. They did just enough, got enough stops in this high-scoring affair.
The running back spot, it's Krell, and he'll run straight ahead out to the 36-yard line, picks up 9 yards.
I was rooting for Krell. I was hoping he'd get that carry. He is now over 100 yards. So you got Krell and Mason over 100 yards for Shiloh Christian. And Eldridge in limited carries, 8 carries, 63 yards for him.
It's 2nd down and 1. And Shiloh's just going to let that play clock run all the way down. So it's at 15 right now. hand it off once again. This time, Griffin Mason. Mason's going to fall down just past the 35. There's a penalty flag down back at the 37-yard line.
Late hold. I mean, everybody saw it. The crowd saw it over here. Nobody called it.
Offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Honestly, I think doing the math, I think they can just take knees now. Even with the one timeout, I believe they can run out the clock.
Well, you know, Shiloh Christian, whenever they made the move up to 6A, they won the state championship prior to going to 6A. Looks like Shiloh Christian's going to win a state championship prior to going to 7A now. Here's Griffin Mason. That's the first time all night he's gotten stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
They won a 4A title, moved up. Won a 5A title, moved up.
Yeah.
Now they're going to win a 6A title.
And move up.
Third down and 12.
Now it's going to be a different animal. 7A is a different beast.
It's third down and 12 as we're down to 1:09 left in the 6A state championship. Creighton takes the snap. Bring it back to left side, and that'll bring up fourth down, but there's going to be about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the play clock.
Yeah, honestly, you can snap it and tell Creighton just to run backwards for a couple seconds and take a knee. There's about a 5-second difference. You can go down here and just take your delay a game, snap it, run backwards, or you can punt it if you wanted to. He's the punter too.
Looks like they're going to take the delay a game, as that'll stop the clock at 3 seconds.
That's the end of the Greenwood seniors weren't thinking about. They hadn't lost a game. Sophomore year, undefeated. Junior year, undefeated. Came into this game undefeated. That was their goal. I spoke with Kane Archer earlier this season. I asked him about goals for the team, and he said one of the goals, win a state championship, go undefeated, because that would mean they went undefeated for their entire career. They're going to come up one game short. Man, this is about Shiloh Christian tonight. Just fantastic, fantastic performance. And they did it in all three phases. Special teams, they gave up the kickoff return for a touchdown, but their defense scoring a touchdown, stripping the ball from Kane Archer at the 1-yard line, basically taking away another touchdown. Couple of stops. That's all they needed because that offense was clicking.
Creighton going to air one out. And it's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to do it. For the first time since 2020, the Shiloh Christian Saints are champs. Your 6A state champions, the Shiloh Christian Saints. There's head coach Barnard right there, talking to Kane Archer. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have the trophy presentation and announce the MVP of this one as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports. better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
UANS is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. UANS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uanshealth.com. Winrock Automotive supports Arkansas athletes as a sponsor of the Arkansas PBS Sports broadcast of the high school state championship games, with 7 dealerships across the state serving Little Rock, Conway, and Jonesboro. Winrock Automotive is community-focused and provides vehicle sales and service across Arkansas. We're honored to be a part of these unforgettable moments celebrating Arkansas student athletes. Winrock Automotive, connecting communities through service and support.
My name is Jessica Song. I am the Collaboration and Inclusion Coordinator for Cabot Public Schools, and I was named the 2022 Arkansas Teacher of the Year. And I play roller derby here in Central Arkansas for Rocktown Roller Derby. So important to talk about teamwork. I certainly have that support when I play roller derby, and so we think about that as educators, that collaborative approach to education. Arkansas PBS does such a great job of bringing in our educators in this state to be in programming, to be in professional development, and I think that's really great. Teachers enjoy learning from one another, and you'll see that in the Arkansas Ideas. These are Arkansas educators leading this learning, telling their peers how they were successful or to help them in their growth. When we are supporting kids and empowering them both in their academics, those social skills, learning to collaborate and work together, we are making for a stronger community. And so Arkansas PBS being in the community, hosting these family days, providing just incredible academic resources for families, that is so important, and families are seeking that. They want to know more. They want to help their children, and to be able to have a place that is in our state to go to for those ideas, to have that website, to get videos or quality programming to be able to provide their students is so important. And I believe Arkansas PBS is making a difference every day.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
A race.
The loss is catastrophic for us.
To restore a medieval masterpiece.
Evolution left these birds flightless, but that doesn't mean they can't fly.
As you travel upriver, the modern world seems to fall away. It feels like a trip back in time.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app. This month on Arkansas PBS.
The saddle is the symbol of the whole myth of the cowboy. The work of our hands is informing the work of our mind.
From the English National Ballet, treat yourself to the music and the magic of Nutcracker on Great Performances.
This stirring program celebrates the birth of the Savior of the world with music from the Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
See your state government in action. The Arkansas Citizens Access Network provides convenient, live streaming coverage of state board and commission meetings, as well as direct links to proceedings of the legislature and the Arkansas Supreme Court. Can't watch live? Archived events are available on demand on YouTube. Learn more at myarkansaspbs.org/arcan.
Sports is so important to this state and the fabric of the state, and I appreciate Arkansas PBS doing all the state title games, and that makes it available for not just the fans in Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, but fans around the entire state. I can only think of the kids in small towns, and this is the biggest moment maybe in their sports careers, and they have that keepsake of having that game on TV to have with them the rest of their lives.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Our mission is to renew the firing line tradition for a new generation and engage in a debate about the America we want to create in the 21st century.
Please join me for conversations with newsmakers, world leaders.
Good to be with you, Christian.
Artists and writers.
Only on Arkansas PBS. This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Where better to have a family Christmas than the Highlands of Scotland?
Mary!
Cheers. Christmas is my favorite time of year, and the real highlight is the food.
It's kind of like a food variety show. You want to be on it? You are right now.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app. This month in Passport on the PBS app.
What happened?
I'm investigating the murder of my friend.
I think I might be able to help. My name is Agatha Christie. I'm a writer.
This situation is getting out of control.
You should be more careful.
I want you to help me solve a murder.
I'm a writer, not a detective.
It's a mystery, like one of your books.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Team sports in Arkansas really is the building of character. It's being able to get through trials and tribulations as a team. You take those lessons from team sports and use them in everyday life situations. I'm RJ Hawk. Please consider giving to Arkansas PBS Sports.
Back at War Memorial Stadium, they're your champs, the Shiloh Christian Saints, getting their trophy as they win it 70-50 over the Greenwood Bulldogs. They finished their season 11-2. Greenwood, they dropped to 12-1. Greenwood, their last loss came to Pulaski Academy in 2022. How about that?
State finals.
Yeah, in the finals. And so
38 in a row, I believe they'd won.
Here are the final stats for today's game. Look at that, Wes. 688 total yards of offense for Shiloh Christian. Rushing almost 400 yards. They almost threw for 300 yards. It was just all Shiloh Christian through this one.
I think they did get to 400. Remember the lost yardage they had towards the end of the
They
game?
did, yes.
I think it cost them 400 yards rushing. But Cole Creighton was outstanding, 19 of 26, 0 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. The key in this, not on there, turnovers. 3 turnovers for Greenwood led to 21 points for Shiloh Christian. They win by 20. 3 turnovers the difference. No turnovers for Shiloh Christian. Played a pretty dang clean game.
Well, they're announcing the MVP right now, and there he is, Griffin Mason, the running back for Shiloh Christian. 27 carries, 182 yards, and 4 touchdowns today. And he is your MVP of this state championship game.
Very well deserved. Ran hard. Remember, he had to come out after his hamstring tightened up on the long run. That hamstring's feeling just fine right now. And there's the trophy. See the big man, Xander Hernandez, holding it up. He played a heck of a game on that defensive line. The entire team did. It was a spectacular game, so much fun to watch. There's one of the 4 touchdown runs from Griffin Mason, and that was a huge play. I mean, it's right there at the goal line, helmet to ball. Kane Archer pops it up, loses the ball, and they go down and score. Next thing you know, it was 14-0, and Shiloh with it, just a bang, 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 couple of big haymakers.
Let's head down to the sideline with Alyssa Orange. She's got the winning head coach, Tucker Barnard.
Coach, you put up 70 on a Greenwood team. You've talked about how you're process-oriented rather than result-oriented. Well, that's led to a pretty good result.
Yeah, it's a great result, and I give God all the glory. We praise Him when we win, and we praise Him when we lose, and our guys have just showed so much resolve all year. We were really, really hurt, early in the year, and started getting a little healthy as it went on, but we had 3 or 4 guys go out tonight, starters, but just the next guy comes in, he just keeps playing. I'm so proud of the guys and the way that they work, and just the way they bought into all the things we've asked them to do.
This is a cherry on top of your time in the 6A. Why is this one special? Because of the way that it ended?
Well, I mean, they're all special, and I've been blessed to be around several of these, and everyone's special in its own way. You remember the seniors that come with every one of these victories. But yeah, we're moving into 7A, and it's going to bring a whole new challenge. And these guys just continue stepping up to the challenge in front of them. And you know, we have a 54-man roster this year, you know, and you got a bunch of ninth graders out here tonight to make it look a little bit bigger. So it'll be a heck of a challenge next year, but really proud of the way they fought. Greenwood is an outstanding program, very well coached, great football players, and so to go out of 6A, you know, with a win over this team and that program, that's pretty special.
We knew that Cole Creighton could throw the ball around. How about Griffin Mason in the backfield today?
Yeah, Griffin did a great job. And I said this earlier, I think at halftime, but the offensive line did an amazing job. They were blocking up and you know, lots of holes to run through. Griffin's been one of the guys that was injured this year, missed several games, and you know, was banged up a little bit tonight, tight hamstring, stuff like that. So really proud of the way he played. Max Eldridge came in and carried the ball really well. Charlie Carell, you know, obviously Slider and Kemp and Cole Creighton and Beach. I mean, just a lot of guys making plays, and it takes that to win football games like this.
Safe trip back to Northwest Arkansas, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Alyssa, as that was head coach Barnard for the champions, Shiloh Christian. And Wes, I mean, he named everybody, but I tell you, the way that Griffin Mason ran today was just impressive.
Very impressed with their offense, but to me it's the defense. Forcing the 3 turnovers. One of them's a pick 6. The other one's at the 1-yard line with Greenwood about to score. And then the third turnover's the icing in the cake. 21 points off turnovers, you win by 20. Defense came up big too. I know they gave up 50, but defense got the job done.
They stepped up when they needed to. Let's head down with Alyssa. She's got our MVP, Griffin Mason.
Griffin, congratulations, the MVP of today's state championship game. Talk about what your mentality was like as you headed into today's game.
Man, I mean, just leave it out on the field. Knowing it's my last high school game, I just want to leave it all out there on the field for all my brothers that have poured so much hours, sweat, blood, and tears into this game.
I don't know if you know your stats. You had 182 yards on the ground. That was more than Greenwood combined total. To be able to come out here and have a performance like that in the state championship game, what does that mean to you?
I mean, I couldn't do it with the guys up front, so I'm so thankful for them, and they're the reason I have success, you know. But that's just awesome. I'm so thankful.
I know you had a little bit of a hamstring issue. You're trying to work that out in the second half. What were you determined to do, and why did you want to get back on the field?
Yeah, I mean, my old teammate Bo Williams was in the stadiums, and I was just trying to, like, loosen it up, and he just told me, like, this is your last game. Like, he loves this game. High school football, it's just different in college. And he just told me that, and I just wanted to get back out there with my boys and compete one more time, and I got to do that, so yeah.
Why is this state championship so special over a Greenwood team?
Not necessarily over a Greenwood team, but it's so special because just all the stuff that goes into it, and having older brothers that have done this for almost 10 years, doing it because of them, like, it's just so thankful.
You get to take that trophy home and put it somewhere. I'm sure you'll find a good place for it. Congratulations, Griffin.
Ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa, and that was your MVP, Griffin Mason. And Wes, we had a great weekend of championship football this weekend. It all started with the 8-man game on Friday, and you got the 2A game, you got the 7A game, you got the 6A game. But we got another weekend of this, another Saturday of this anyways. And I love this time of year, but we've got some great games next weekend with the 4A game and the 3A game. After watching some of the semifinals go on, there ought to be some great matchups.
Next Saturday is going to be awesome, just like today was. Be sure to get your gear, your Shiloh Christian Championship gear. Visit ArkansasHighSchoolSports.com for those keepsakes. It only happens ever so often, right? Well, for Shiloh, I guess it happens a lot. But you want to remember 2025 with that championship gear.
Well, it was a lot of fun in this one, but they're the champs. They were the former champs. Your final in this one, Shiloh Christian 70, Greenwood 50. For everyone associated with Arkansas PBS, for Wes Moore, Alyssa Orange, I'm RJ Hawk. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.